I'm trying to put you in my thingy without turning it off. Hello. Hello. Hold on one moment. I don't want to hit the wrong button. There we go. Hopefully that's gonna hold it. Hello. Where are the buttons? Okay. Hello, 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 hello. Alright. Doing okay. I have this, I don't know what you call it. I bought this thing to hold the phone. And it's like crazy. It's all, it has all these things that it does, but it's like hard to make it do the thing it's supposed to do. Thank you. Let's see. Why is that? Get out of here. Come on. Move your bum down, please. I don't know how to make... No, I don't want to do that. There's a, thingy. I hope you got... Yeah. I was like, oh my god, that was insane. I can't believe that. and I know how you are with bugs. I have like this thing going across the screen and it's gonna bother me. I don't know how to make it go away. Like I just maybe there we go. Alright. Hi guys. I'm only an hour late. I definitely wouldn't have been this late if my dogs were not so horrible. I was like, stuff was like stuck to the floor. You know, it's like these type of consistency that's like, oh, and it takes a lot of effort to get rid of it. And then, you know, just things. Oh, and then I poked myself in the eye with my mascara, so that was like 10 minutes of just standing there in pain. Hi guys, hi. Yeah, mascara sucks. I'm like, oh my god, because I was in a rush, and when you're in a rush, you always screw up. But I don't know. I've been having a hard time doing things anyways on time, just because with like the Lyme crap, my brain is like, bleh. So I don't do things normal anymore. I'm always like really late to stuff, or I just like think that it's not been 17 hours when it has been. And I'm like, oh, it's been 17 days, okay, I should probably do that. Hello, hello. You've done that before. It hurts so bad. It's like, there's not much you can do, because like you can't keep going, because then you're just gonna like cry it everywhere. You got liner in your eye this week. It's like the crazy crap we do. I'm like, why do we even do this? Like, but if I don't do it, I won't feel like complete. I won't feel. I've been doing the little thingy, the hook, the hook. They call it cat eye, I guess. I started doing that when I was in like, I don't know, 6th or 7th grade, before anybody else was doing it. I don't know. It was just like a natural instinct to do it. And I was like, And now it's one of those things that it's like, I need to have those in order to feel complete. Or feel like I'm like presentable. I can do, there's times I do my makeup without them, but I don't know. It's like, I don't know, it feels different. But now that I'm getting older, my eyes are different. Like, when I'm rested, when I just like rest my face, I'm like, oh my god, it doesn't like line up right. Where's my these? Oh, there we go. All right. So yeah, I didn't really tell many people about this. I wasn't like, hey everybody, because last night I was just kind of checking on the settings, and I still wear the old school 90s grunge style makeup. I feel like we just kind of like do what we always have done, you know, no matter who we are, what, like our, you know, the people from the 70s, they're still kind of rocking their 70s stuff. 80s, they're still rocking their 80s stuff. Um, I don't know, maybe I was in Egypt and I was like, I still rocking my Egypt stuff. But yeah, I think we all kind of just like have a thing. When I remember in junior high, I went through this phase where it was like I was everything. I'm like, one day I'm gonna be preppy, and then the next day I was like the grunge, and then the next day I was wearing like skater pants, like Jinko jeans and craziness, and I just like tried everything. And then my style basically kind of evolved into like, I am gonna do everything, like mix it all together though. And then it kind of just evolved into that, I guess. I don't know. There was a time where I was like more into like being like the biker chick. There was a time where I was more like into, even before like my spiritual awakening, I wore like the spiritual clothing. Like flowy clothes. Yeah. So I don't know. I was basically just doing a thing last night to see how I'm gonna be able to do stuff, because having the Divine Darlings was very difficult for me, because when I set it up, I didn't know that it was gonna be like, hey, you have to use your computer every time we want to do anything with them. Like anytime I recorded for the Divine Darlings, in order for me to publish that reading, I'd have to pull open my thing and then like do and then submit it, and then it could go. And then anytime I wanted to do Divine Darlings lives, I would have to do the same crap. I would have to go onto my phone, onto my laptop, and do it that way. I was couch surfing before it was even a thing. So Divine Darlings has been kind of like sucky for me, because I'm not a laptop type of person. Everything for my business has been run from my phone. So I've been trying to figure out best ways to like go forward with that and make it so that I can actually make content and go live and do those things. And last night I was testing my Zoom, and I came on here with like a black screen. And I was on my phone, so I couldn't see like you guys talking to it, because I was on Zoom and Zoom was broadcasting onto here. So I know I can do it, and I have two phones, so I'll just like have the other phone with me when I do it. But then I felt bad because everybody was like, hi, and I'm like, I'm gonna go live. Like after I realized that the people, because I could switch back and forth between like the you know, you can go between pages or windows or whatever on your phones, like different screens. I could see that like stuff was going on, so I'm like, and I knew anyways, I'm like, people are gonna be like talking to me, and I'm not there, so I figured I would go live and say hi to everybody, you know, check in. There's gonna be a lot of different things coming. Oh my god, I don't know how many of you guys have done the Moon Key with me, or how many of you guys do like the other channel with me, but I took the Moon Key years ago, and it was really, really big for me, because it put me onto my path as a healer, as, you know, as a light worker, and it was like nobody wanted to work with me, then everybody wanted to work with me. Everything just evolved from there. But somebody told me about the Nooster rites a while ago, and it's like the feminine goddess energy. But the woman didn't really explain anything. She was like, oh, you should get the Nooster rites, because I had told her about my experience with the Kota Kuna Carpe. And the Kota Kuna Carpe was like, it was a Pleiadian thing. I was basically planning to go out one night to host a meditation somewhere, and I was like, I'll do 7 sisters, 7 chakras, like, you know, 7 and 7. I was like, I'll bring the energy of each star to a chakra. And I wrote that all down and planned it, and I got in the shower that night, and I heard it's a rite, and I was like, so I Googled, and I found Kota Kuna Carpe, and the reason why it was like, oh my god, was because the information they had for the stars, I had written the same. It was like, Alcyon for the crown, Alcyon for the crown, oh my god, oh god. So it was like they were guiding me to do that. So I basically the other night was looking for shamanic stuff, like a new course to look into or something. And while I was doing that, Monica, my protege, bought me a shamanic course and like sent it to me. And she was like, blah, blah, blah. And I was literally listening to a podcast of a person I was considering like doing something with, when I saw the email from Monica of like, hey, I just wanted to say thanks. She had no clue what I was doing, but she sent me one. I'm like, this is weird. So I was looking at that, and that's got a lot of information in it that, you know, is going to be helpful. It's like life coaching, shamanic style. But then I saw this other thing that's the Noosterites, and it's the Pleiadian energy. It has the Kotakuna Carpe, but it has others, and it's like all these things. This woman just basically like jam-packed all this stuff into it, and I'm like, oh my god, if that other lady had told me how intertwined the Pleiades energy is into the Noosterites and the goddesses. It's like you get a goddess and the energy of a star for each chakra, and it's basically kind of like the Moon key, like the transmission of the process and all of that. But you get 7 stones, one for each chakra, you know, correlating to the color, and we create like the mesa. So I know people have seen my mesa. Basically, a mesa is like a portable altar. So when I'm going to do them, I'm going to get them, but once you get these types of rites, you're supposed to give them to others. That's the whole point. You know, it's like, we don't hoard them, we don't keep them for everybody, like just us. We give them to others because it raises the collective consciousness, and it helps people to evolve and heal and ascend. So I'm really excited because I was like, oh my god, it's like so Pleiadian, and the lady is so Pleiadian. I felt like I was looking at like me in 20 years when I was like looking at her, like the way she talked and like what she was teaching, and I was like so excited. So I don't know, things like that just like when those things happen, it's like I know I'm supposed to do it. It was only $12.99 to take the course because Udemy was having like a 90% off sale. So I'm like, oh my god, like yes. So I did that, and I'm gonna be doing those, and when I do that, I'll give people like a preparation time to get ready before I roll it out, because they're gonna need to get their stones and a cloth. Everything from my cloth and all my stuff came to me as gifts. This is like a $200 cloth, like a weaving. A person just gave it to me, gifted it to me, and the one I had before this was gifted to me, but that was a person's that they had used, they got in Peru, and then everything inside of it is, you know, either from the earth or gifted to me. I got chumpy stones gifted to me, which we use in the transmission of rites or when we're doing like shamanic rituals and things like that. And so yeah, I'm excited because it's been a while since I've really had a lot going on. Like for me, it's been a couple of years. Like my mother died, that's when I started my mesa. I did the first direction, but then I didn't go back because I had problems with everybody in the community. So I was like, But I recently found a book that has all the information that I was like looking for 2 years ago. So I think I just wasn't ready for it. Now they're like, you're ready. Here you go. Here's like 5 courses to take at once, Bridget. So I'm jamming myself with all of those things, and then I will be sharing those. And my dad has been working with me. We've been making little things. This is people always ask me about fertility, so this is going to be for fertility. If you want to be a mama. Thank you. Yeah. My mom passed, and then like almost a year, like exactly, my sister passed unexpectedly. Like she was my youngest sister out of all of us. There's 5. I'm the oldest. My mom had 2 more kids. My dad had 2 more kids in other, you know, relationships. But she passed a year later from a she had a seizure after like a decade of not having any. I actually just wrote like a blog last night about every, like just like weirdness, because I had something come up with this back in the day when I first started online. There was a group on Facebook. It was a Pleiadians group, and I met this person in there, and we hit it off. We were very close. Like we were all admins, we were all friends, and I used to do readings for this person. And I remember he reached out to me to get a reading, and sometimes we would do it, and sometimes we would push it off. And he wanted to push it off that time, and I was like, okay. And he was telling me how he was having a hard time sleeping, and all those things. And then I was like, oh, well, why don't you take like a hot bath or a nice shower or something, and then listen to a meditation specific for sleep. And then like 2 days later, I was in the group, and they were like, Derek is dead. He passed away. They found him in his bathtub. And I was like, what? Like, no. And those types of things keep happening to me. Like my first protege that I taught everything to, that I knew I should get the Reiki 1 to master, new paradigm master teacher, Muniki writes, Star writes. I taught her everything I know. I built her a website. I was like, blah blah blah, here you go, everything, here's your career. She ended up like taking off at one point around the same time that my whole community was like being weird. It was like a weird thing, because like people left me that didn't, like, it was like they all just left. I was like, what the hell? But I said her boyfriend was kind of like a piece of crap, and she didn't like that. But when she came back, she was like, I'm sorry, he was. And I was like, yeah. And I was afraid to let her back in, because she was, she had already abandoned me, and like, it's like I had a hard time with everybody, so I was nervous. So I didn't answer her calls one night, and then a couple days later, I found out she had passed away. And I felt like I kind of like didn't listen to her calls for help or cry for help. And I had an ex do the same thing. He told me, I'm going to die without you. And I was like, no, you won't. You'll be fine. And he died, like, not that long after. And I keep having that thing. Like, even my mom called, go to the hospital. She doesn't want to live anymore. She wants to go. And I'm like, okay. Like, I get there, and she's like, I don't want to do it. And I'm crying. She's like, don't be a baby. And I'm like, okay. So I suck it up the whole day. And then the last thing she says is, I don't want to die. After they're giving her the medicine to, like, do it. So I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like, what the hell? Why does this keep happening? Like, what is this message? Thank you. I don't know. But I just keep having weird shit like that happen. And my sister was kind of the same. It was like we were supposed to get together, change plans, and then we never got to reschedule. So I feel like sometimes it's like, don't waste your opportunities, or, life is short, kind of like, if you got something to say or do it before it's too late. But I don't know. I don't like the whole like, hey, we're gonna reach out to you, or like, intertwine the things that you say with our death. I'm like, no, I don't want to be that person. But yeah, that's what I've been thinking about. And then I got these guys. These are little couples. So these are going to be good for like manifesting union with people. Like, they have crystals inside of them. They have different, things, energies, and all of that. We have these ones that are like, it's like the two holding each other. This is like the color of the sacral, so it's a relationship, enhancing type of color. Then we get the pyramids. I've only posted one thing so far because I suck at getting things done lately. I posted this one and it was gone within like an hour. So I'm sure that it's going to be hard for me to like keep up with the posting of them. But they all have little things in them. They all do their own little thing. Some have shungite, some have, the metals and the crystals. Some are just crystals. Basically, I just listen to what I'm guided to do, and I like wrote up a whole list of like what to do from my dad. Like, I give him like directions. Like, right now we got some Hamza hands coming, and I was like, do some moonstone and some shungite inside, and it's like this like purpley color. And then some silvery ones. So I got like 8 of those coming out. I have like the Ouija board one. I have clipboards. I have, what else? I got a lot of stuff. I kind of went crazy. I was like, let me get everything that they have. I got these little guys, but I want to I'm gonna paint like the little spots there so that you can see the the little markings. And then this, I got this because it's ghosts. And I'm like, everybody gets ghosted on their twin flame journey, so your little ghost can come back and hug you. And I just thought these were the cutest, so These are my little ghosts, hugging and loving. But yeah, you get a lot of those. Oh, and I got a new crystal. It's a twin, and it's an adaptogenic. So adaptogenic is basically this new type of crystal, and it adapts to you. So like the energy and frequency of it, like when you take this crystal and hold it, it's like blah, 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 and it does something to you specifically that it doesn't do with me. You know, it's like everybody impacts the crystal, and it has a lot of the similar types of traits as like an celestial crystal. So an celestial crystal has like these it's like multiple terminations or something. Like it's like I was gonna stop here, but then I decided to keep going a lot. Or they call them alligators because they have almost like a scale appearance. It's very hard for me to show any type of crystal on these types of things though. See how there's like multiple terminations there? This one has a ton of them, but it's tiny. There we go. See, it's like, it's weird. I'm obsessed with these things. It's like they have these little steps on them. There's a bunch there. Hit the light. Come on, move it. Let's see if I can find the good spot, because it's like they blend in too. It's weird. See all those little like thingies? They're like steps. I have such a hard time showing anything. They have like little points. Multiple little, I don't know what you call them, but they like a weird patterning on them, and it has that, and I'm obsessed with that. Any crystal that comes here that has that, I'm like, it's mine, nobody else can have it. So when I saw this, I went crazy. I've never bought a crystal for more than like $30 or $40. This is $250. And I was like, oh my god, I can't believe it. Let me move this out of my way. Alright, I actually worked on this thing too. I know there's some of you guys out there that have this manifesting journal, and I know I didn't do all of it, but I was just gonna kind of like show those who are out there that didn't do it or are stuck with it. Like the sheets, basically, like on here it's like negative versus positive, so you don't need the sheets to do this, but basically we all have like, you know, negative beliefs about things. So it's like tracking your limiting beliefs, or, you know, catching yourself in the midst of one, when it's like, I can't get it done, or I can't remember anything, or I can't figure out what to do. So you would, you know, put that down on that side, but over here you would change it to I can. So it's like, I can get it done. I can train my brain and help improve my memory, and I can remember. And then like, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time to do everything. I don't know how to do this. So it's like, I do have time, and I need to get better at utilizing it, and I do have access to info and resources to learn things. And then I'll never accomplish my goals, I'll never find love, I'll never get better. And it's like, I will slay my goals, and I will meet the one, and I will get better. And I won't ever feel better, I won't get through this lesson, and I am healing and improving. I am getting through all my trials and setbacks with new wisdom and insight. So it's basically just a way to shift that, because sometimes when you do this to yourself, you create more of that. So you want to, like, if you're in separation from somebody, if you're trying to manifest abundance, if you want a lucrative business, if you want anything to be good, you have to stop saying all the negative things or thinking all the negative things, And this is just kind of like one of the ways to do it, is like become aware of it. Consciousness, like being awake, is just being aware, and that's what really helps people to change their mind and their life, because then they're not doing things that are detrimental to their life and their abundance and all of that. Like for me, I used to be very, like, I still am very sarcastic, and I say stuff that I shouldn't say, but I don't mean it, and I clear it out, you know. I don't own it, or like believe it. I just kind of like goof around a lot. It's like a defense mechanism for me. A lot of sarcasm, but basically, you know, if you find yourself doing a lot of negative thoughts or a lot of negative beliefs, that would be something to do, even just in a journal. And then this page basically has right on it like things that you could check off that you want to get done, but then it has spots for you to do others. So it was like, it says New Year's goals, but it could be like starting right now for this year. I want to start, you know, in the next 365 days, I want to read a book a month, and I want to start meditating more. I want to write my first book. I want to create content that matters. I want to feel good about my role, and I want to change lives. I want to travel somewhere new like Peru, and I want to begin a gratitude journal, you know. So some of them are things that I checked off that were already here, and some of the things that I added myself. And then the what I want page is about getting clear on what you want, because so many people are like, they know what they want, but they don't really know what they want at the same time. Like they're like, I want to be with my divine masculine, or I want to be a millionaire, or I want to be whatever, but they don't, you know, like go through the details. So when you want to manifest something, you want to think of the details, and you want to use all the senses with that, because when you tap into those senses and that creative energy, it helps, especially when living in a 3D reality. So it's like basically just getting clear. So the first one was like, I want, I will wear, I will read, and I will eat. So I said, I need to find value and feel aligned with what I'm doing to create work that matters. I want to inspire, assist, and transform lives, to help others who are ready to change and be amazing, powerful women. I will wear the clothes that empower me, and the jewelry that protects me, and the blends that connect me to spirit. And I will read the books, articles, and info that will ensure I can help and be best coach, mentor, and healer. And I will eat the foods that fuel me, feed my brain, and I will drink my brain juice. And I will keep making positive switches. So it's basically just, you know, prompting you to fill it in with what you feel comfortable to fill in. And then there's the affirmation sheet, which is pretty self-explanatory. You would just write down a bunch of affirmations. You know, like, I'm expanding exponentially, or I'm expanding my career, I'm expanding my mind, I'm expanding my home, I am happily married, I am happily in love, I am happily creating my dream business, I am happily whatever it is, or I'm living the life I've always wanted, I'm living the best life I could have, I'm living in alignment, I'm living with love, I'm living with abundance, I'm living with luck, I'm living with the things that, you know, fulfill me and sustain me and make me good and happy. And then the checks from the universe, I gave you 3 because they basically, like, it's kind of like the same concept as my circle. If you've ever seen the circle video, there is a circle here too. But you do one, and then when you get that money, you do another. And you want to do it, like, realistic. Like, don't write this check for $5 billion, because you don't know that vibrational frequency. You don't know that energy. It's not going to be attainable. But if you make $500 every week, you can bump it up to $700, and you'll be surprised where the money comes from. Sometimes it will be like some random thing. Some person's like, hey, you know that thing that you do really easily and like effortlessly? Could you do that for me? And I'll pay you $200 a week. And you're like, oh my God, I got my money. Or like, it could be like something that just shows up, you know. I've had times where even before I did this stuff, money would show up in the exact amount that I needed to pay the bill that was like due, that, you know, everything. Oh my God, how am I going to get through? And it was like, here you go, here's an exact amount, like to the penny, that you need. But it's important to remember that energy thing. Like, I started off, you know, trying to manifest like 500, and then 1,000, and then 5,000, and then 10,000, and then 20,000, you know, just keep going up. Because once you hit the next one, you're like, oh, this is what that feels like. So now I know if I can be here, I can keep going, and I'm going to take that next jump. But I'm not going to try to go from 0 to 5,000, because that's a big jump. And your vibration, your frequency, your thoughts, your energy, all of that stuff, even just the way you shop. When you go into the store, I used to go into the store, like the dollar store, the Dollar General, which is kind of like an uppity dollar store. It's like more than $1 for most of the items. But I would go in and I would do this thing where I would get an item and I'd be like, all right, $3. And I put it in the cart, and then the next item was like $3. I'm like, all right, $6, and I would count it as I went, like $9, $11, and because I was like limited and I didn't have infinite funds, I only had what was in my wallet to pay for things, so I would always be afraid that I like don't have enough. So I stopped doing that when I realized like the power of attraction and all of that. I didn't go in there and act crazy, but I knew what I needed, what I had was, and what was funny is like when I started doing that, instead of counting everything and just kind of like going in, getting what I needed, and knowing that like I could cover those things, every time I did it, it was like the amount was less than I expected. So it was like, oh, it was like a surprise. I'm like, oh my God, that's only $8.99. And so it actually helped me too, because then I stopped spending so much extra that I was spending, and I started saving it. And then there's some sheets in here that I didn't fill out yet, but I know people have mentioned like they wanted me to do one of these, so I'm gonna do probably like an actual video where I sit down with the tarot one, because the tarot one I think people might need help with that. It's not everybody, but it depends on how comfortable you are. It's not even just tarot, you can use oracle cards. I designed that so that people could use tarot or oracle. They get a prompt, they pull a card, and whatever that card says, it's like you gotta trust your intuition. But sometimes it may be like, it's like, what do you need to change about yourself? You get the Empress, you might be like, the Empress is beautiful and wonderful, I don't want to change that. But it may be saying like, you give too much, you nurture too much, or you don't see yourself as the Empress, or, whatever. It's like, it's not always the face value of what we see. Alright, there we go. There's my circle. So there's a video on Divine Essentials about the circle. It's like how to manifest $10,000 with the circle. Basically, back in the day, before my awakening, I had this book called The Circle, and it was all about manifesting with the circle. And I actually wrote one when I was like younger, and I was I wanted to be in a situation with a guy. And I was like, I want to be with him. And it was stupid. I don't even know. Like, I was like, I wrote, I'm happy in love in our home, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, years later, I was living with him in the home, and I found the book, and it was in the book, and I'm like, oh my God, it happened. Because when I wrote it, it was like it wasn't really going to be an easy task. But it did end up happening, and it did end up, being created. But be careful what you wish for. I don't recommend putting people in the circle, because people have free will, and sometimes we ask for things or people that we might not need, or we shouldn't, be so like, oh, I like them. Like if spirit is keeping a person from you, there may be a reason. We may, not like it. We may really like that person. We may really wish that things were different, but sometimes there are things that are being protected of us. And I ended up in a 10-year, like, weird situation with that dude. And it was, like, very toxic. He was very narcissistic. He was very, like, abusive. When I met him, I had money. I had a job. I had freedom. And then I slowly lost all of that. I was a manager of a restaurant, and he decided to sleep with somebody that I was like a person of mine that worked there. So I was embarrassed and I quit. But then I was like not working. He's like, you don't have to work, and blah, 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 blah. I'll pay the bills. But he didn't. So then my credit got destroyed, and he sold my car to a cop and was like, who do you think they're going to believe, you or the cop? And I'm like, oh. And that's what they do. Narcissists are very good at lying to you and making you think that you're crazy or that you don't have like a leg to stand on. So, I shouldn't have put him in the circle, but I did, and it worked. But now what I do with my circles is just like abundance, and you write it in the present tense. So this one says, I am so proud of myself for following my inner calling and not simply doing out of a people-pleasing place. I'm incredibly happy to see so many success stories from women, men who have been taking courses, coaching, and guidance and began to shift into better lifestyles. I'm meeting new, powerful, pleasant, heart-centered souls who truly want to do good for this world and creating relationships that will last a lifetime, personally and professionally. And I am bringing in $30,000 a month, and I have a team which I've been able to delegate things to. I've created more time to do what I love and helping people all over the world, and I am happily Lyme free. So you want to write like what you want, what do you want for your reality to be in that circle as it is, like as you already have it. Like I am in this experience right now, because that like brings it to you. And then when you get there, you write a new one. And my ones before were pretty like, I would be like, I am, manifesting $5,000 a month. And once I hit that, I was like, oh, I am manifesting $10,000 a month. Ooh. And then, you just keep going. However, I kind of like fell off. I hit the 10 one, and then I like didn't, like, it's just kind of sitting there. This is my new one. But they do work if you use them. Like they may not happen overnight, and they may not, be like, oh my God, like you may forget about it, but they do work. I would put it somewhere that's not like super focused on it, but it's somewhere that you like maybe catch it. I used to have it in my bathroom, so like when I would go in and I had to sit to pee, like it would be like in my peripheral vision. So they say that like when you keep it in your peripheral, it's like feeding your subconscious that memory. Just like if you want someone to text you, you could put their phone, like, what it looks like when they're calling you, or you can put like their name, like your contact, right? Yourself as you, whatever. Put yourself as them and like text yourself what you want them to say to you. So it looks like they're texting you. So you get those messages. You'll feel it too. Like somebody, you're like, ah, like it's not them, but your brain is like, oh, it's them. It's not them. You just wrote it and sent it, but you still have that weird reaction to it. So you can do that, and then you can also, put it on there like they're calling you always as like your screensaver, so that's in your peripheral, that's in your subconscious. And there was something else with that too that you can do that helps to like bring it. I can't remember what I was gonna say. That's the problem with my brain. I need to do something with my brain power to get it back. Yeah, but basically it's just do things like that, and it makes you in alignment with that energy, and it opens up that pathway, and it's like, oh, it's like that little reminder. You're not consciously like super focused on it all the time, but it's there. Your subconscious is prepared for it. You're prepared for it. And part of it is like trusting. So you'd be like, okay, I know that this person's going to call me, and I'm going to give it to the universe, and I'm going to trust the universe. It's going to call me like at the exact moment it's meant to be. And then, just let it go. Try not to be like, I wonder when it's going to be. It's going to be today. It's going to be tomorrow, because that's just going to push it further away. But when you just like kind of let it go and give that space to things, it can come. I don't know what I was going to say about that, but I definitely think that putting them in the contacts, putting the picture, you can put their picture up too, of them, like a picture of them that you see, or somewhere in your stuff. So it's like they're constantly like coming at you, or they're right there in your subconscious, because it's our subconscious that dictates so much of our lives. Everything we do and don't do, everything we receive, everything we believe, basically stems from the subconscious mind. And if you can program the subconscious mind to be aligned with the things that you want, it's easier to get the things that you want. So the daily schedule is basically self-explanatory. There's a to-do list, a notes to self, and an appointment, and you can print the daily schedule over and over, or you can just write it down like that for yourself. Then there's a gratitude list, and you basically just write what you're thankful and grateful for. Again, I recommend getting a journal. When I was living in the basement with nothing, and I had no money and no credit and no car, mold infested nastiness and I was freezing my ass off with a horrible situation, I started a gratitude journal and I started affirmations and I wrote them every day, and I did a gratitude like challenge for myself. It was like back when I didn't have followers or anybody, so it was like, I'm doing the gratitude challenge, hashtag gratitude challenge. Couple people started it, nobody really stuck with it. But basically what it was is on the first of the month I wrote down one thing, second 2 things. By the 30th of the month there was 30 things that I was writing down, and I would make them different every day. So whatever 7 things I wrote on the 7th, on the 8th was different from those 7 things. And it made you have to look for things to be grateful for, like really get kind of like, oh shit, like I'm running out. Like I had 7 dogs at the time, so like that day I was like, I'm grateful for Alcyon and Sirius and all my dogs. But then there was other times where it was like you started to realize that there is so much to be thankful for. So like it starts to shift your perspective and realizing like, oh shit, like there's a lot to be thankful for. The air in your lungs, the ground that you're standing on, the fact that you have a bed, the fact that you can write on this paper, the fact that you have a pen, some of those things people don't have. So the more that you do it, the easier it becomes to see the things that you should be grateful for. And the more that you do it, the more the universe brings to you because you're doing it. It's like the universe is like, oh, you like that? And you're happy and you're grateful and we're going to give you more. But when you're sad and you're miserable and you're like, I want this, and you're in a weird place of like, I want it, the universe doesn't hear the I want it as in like, oh, all right, we'll give you that. They hear it as I don't have it, because that's the vibration that you're rippling out. So they deliver more if I don't have it. It separates you from what you want. And it's just easier to kind of almost like fake it till you make it. I don't even like saying that though, because it's really not. It's like gratitude has been scientifically proven to change people's lives, like their mind. It improves things for you. All the big people out there who are like, making big money and very successful will tell you they meditate and they're grateful. And there is a timeline in there about this one's the 6-month one, but there's a 3-month and a 6-month, and I can't remember what the other one is, but maybe, I don't know. I know that there was more than one, but I only printed out one for some reason. But basically, it's like a check-in. It's like, okay, expand upon your new reality. So the 6-month extended vision is like, what's going on 6 months from now? So like the 3-month one would be like, all right, in 3 months from now, maybe it's all those things that I just said about in my circle. But 6 months from now, things could be really, really different. Like if you're starting a YouTube channel, in 6 months, you can have 50,000 subscribers. You could be creating something specific that you want to create. You could be in a relationship with somebody by that time. You could have cleared out karma with something. You could have healed something, changed your belief systems, started something like some type of course, and now you're done with it. It's like whatever you want. But you want to write it down with all of the details and like using the details. What does it look like? What does it taste like? What does it smell like? What does it feel like to have it? Because when you use all the senses, it's like you're really invoking the creative energies in the mind and like the 3rd dimensional frequencies and bringing it together with the 5th. So like when you think about like, that's why like with the candles, I have like the morning coffee one. The morning coffee one is supposed to be envisioning like being there the morning after with that person that you love. And they're bringing you a cup of coffee. And it's like you can smell the coffee and you can feel that feeling of being close to them, having that nice night that you had together. And now they're there and like engaging with you, and you guys are still, all giddy and weird. And it's like it just invokes that extra energy, that extra oomph to help create it. And then like the twin flame one, I do lavender and rose. Rose engulfs you in love. It's a vibration of love. And the lavender chills you out and relaxes you, because so many people are like, I want love. And they get really, resistant to it by the fact of wanting it so badly. So the lavender's like, cool yourself down. And the rose engulfs you in the love you're trying to receive.
And when you are a vibrational match to something, it's easier to receive it. So you become a vibrational match to calm love, and it usually helps people to like release that resistance and either get the communication or the time together with somebody that they may have been struggling with. But yeah, everything, you know, has a reason and a frequency and an energy, so you want to utilize all of those things while you're saying what you're doing. You know, like you can even say like what a day like would be in 6 months. Like I get up in the morning and I have, you know, eggs and toast with my significant other, and we watch the sun, and then he goes to work, and I get in my whatever car it is that you want to drive and go to this place, and I can smell the sunshine, or I can whatever it is, you know, like I can smell the ocean coming off the beautiful thing, like wherever you wanted to go. Maybe you want to live on the ocean, you know, put those things into it. Like I can smell it, I can see it, I can feel it, I can hear it. When I go to bed at night, the waves are crashing on the shore, you know. Embody all the details of what it really is like, so that you can have it, because that will like amplify it. And then we have the one day I want to, and so it says instead of one day I want to, make that day today, because a lot of us do that where we're like, someday, or in the future, or soon, or maybe, you know, I'm gonna, but we never get there if we keep saying I'm gonna, or one day, or soon. It just stays out there, soon. So you want to say, I've always wanted, and whatever that is, and why I want to, and why, and then how I plan to, and come up with like plans as to why. But get clear, you know, how you're going to do it, why you want to do it, and, you know, what it is that you've wanted to do. Because sometimes people know, like in the back of their mind, that they want to go jump out of a plane, but they don't think about, like, you know, why. And they don't think about how they're going to do that, or like start putting that thing into motion for it to actually become a reality. So when you start doing those things, like for me, when I wanted to get away from the situation I was in, I opened, you know, a bank account that he didn't know about, and like I started like making moves, and then it was like the universe was like, hey, we're gonna help you now. And like this woman, I met her, she had only been in my life for a very short time, and she had a home, so I could go move into that home for 8 months before I came to this home that she also owns. And then it was like she like moved all this stuff around so that could happen. And my dad got out of jail at the same time that he went to jail, and it was like, here, we're gonna take him out of here, you're gonna go out into the world, into this house. And it was a beautiful house on a lake, and it was like amazing, from going from a basement. And your dad's gonna be there so that you're not alone and scared, and he's gonna bring in, you know, some money to help with the bills and all of that. And then in 8 months, you know, you're gonna go to this other place, and that's where you're gonna kind of expand and grow and do all your things. And when my mother passed away, the woman that owns this house came and, you know, talked to me, and basically, eventually I'll be going back to that other house because she wants to like be like, here you are, you know, like she feels like a motherly connection to me, which I've had happen with a lot of people, but she's like the only one that's actually like followed through and stuck around and was like, hey, and it happened really quickly. Like she's given me her mother's ring for a gift at one point, and it was like spirit was like, here you go, here's your mom, like a spirit mom. And it's been crazy, but it wasn't until I started taking the necessary actions and doing something in the physical world, like the affirmations and the gratitude journal, and getting a bank account started, because he would steal money out of my bag. When I did all those things, it was like, here, we're gonna help you, and we're gonna get rid of this guy who had been going to court for a long time. I was like, oh my god, is this ever, like, what is happening? Because everything was just up in the air. If you've ever been in a narcissistic relationship, it's extremely hard to leave. You don't believe you're yourself. You don't believe that you'd be able to. They just kind of like make you feel insignificant and inferior and stupid, and that nobody will ever love you, and nobody will ever like you, and that you won't be able to do it. Nobody's gonna believe you. So yeah, that's what you believe and become. But doing these things can help you to overcome those things and get out of there. And then there's the abundance tracker. So whatever you created on those months, every month, you just like track what you did for abundance. keep track of it, because there are going to be things that you do that are like, oh my God. And then the vision board, you just put on here what you want. Like, I want a house on the hills, or I want a house on the water. I want to get the hell out of this house that I'm in. It's like, bye. Like, whatever that looks like to you. And then the visualization is for each thing in your life, like health visualization, career visualization, love and relationships, financial, and then an overall, like a big one. So it's like, overall, what's my life look like? But health-wise, like for me, it's like, I want to get the hell out of Limetown. And, you know, keep improving my mind. And in the very beginning of the book is the weekly dream, the monthly dream, and the yearly dream. And it's basically just like, they're three of the same things, but one's for weeks, one's for months, and one's for years. So it's like, most important manifesting goal this week, you know, short term, little goal. Then for the month, most important manifesting goal for the month, and then for the year. And then what else I hope to achieve this week, this month, this year? What will I be, you know, like, what will I be getting as a benefit of reaching these goals? You know, like, if I get all my work done this week, you know, maybe that helps me to get in front of a situation that's going to be very beneficial financially. So for the month, like, you know, if I manifest my goal of creating all the content that I wanted to create, then I can roll out my new course, and, you know, other people are going to be able to take that, and it's like, you know, it just propels forward. And then for the year, that course can go and, you know, expand and expand and expand. So it's like, sometimes they can be connected to each other, but it's just like seeing it through and having a vision for it. You know, the people out there who are running very successful businesses and having a lot of things in their life, they break things down like that. Usually they'll take like 12 months and only a couple of goals. Like, they're not going to be like doing 5,000 things. They focus on what's important, and they break it up over 12 months, and they kind of break it down from there as into like, what can I do that month? What can I do that week? What can I do that day? You know, and make sure that these things are happening to get to those bigger goals. Because then you're not so overwhelmed, and it's not so out of reach when you break it down in little chunks. You're like, oh, I can do that. I can make a video for an hour, you know, and then that hour-long video becomes part of 7 videos. That becomes part of a course. That becomes part of my thing. That becomes part of, you know, something much larger. And then there's self-care check-ins, which basically you just check in and see what's good for you, you know? It's like basically little reminders to do something good for yourself. You could do a daily mood tracker or a gratitude list. You could stay indoors or stay outdoors. Do scented candles or essential oils, you know? There's like a this or that. What do you want to do? And you could pick like one every day or one a week, however you feel like you want to do it for yourself. And then the same thing here. It's basically just like the ones that are good for you, that you want to do. Like, I'm going to take 24 hours off of social media and have like a mental health day. I'm going to do a gratitude list. I'm going to cuddle a pet. It's sometimes we need that shit to make us do. Like, I'm horrible at taking care of myself. I'm like, I didn't eat for 5 days. That's all right. I got things done. But yeah, that's, I think everything is, oh, there's a status report that you can do in there too. Basically is like, you know, what was your main manifestation, and what have you done, and what needs to be done. It's basically just like a way to keep you on track and keep you focused on manifesting. So a lot of people get off of it and they're like, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll think about it later. You have to have a ritual going. Make it a ritual, even if it's just one thing. This is another one. It's 3 months, 6 months. 3 months, 6 months, and 1 month away. So 1 month away I am, 6 months away I am. Like, break it down and tell the universe who you are and where you are and what you're doing at those timelines, and then create those timelines, because you are the creator of your reality. You pull those timelines to you. You're on a timeline right now, and it has a probable outcome. But if you start changing shit, you can, you know, get the desired reality much faster, or you can change it all together and kind of jump into a new one. When I do readings for people, I see like hundreds of timelines, lots of them. And it's like there's just like it's like infinite possibility of what could happen. They're like, what's gonna happen? I'm like, it's up to you. What do you want to do? You have a lot of choices.
Oh goodness, there's a whole bunch of you guys here. I smell ocean every time I get into meditation, feeling fresh, cool air as I'm typing this. See? So you can have that ability, and that would be a good thing for you to do, for your manifesting, is to tap into that. I struggled to come up with 10 things last month. I restarted a couple of days ago and have 20 to 25 now, even on normal days. Good. Yeah, it gets easier over time for sure. Yep, the fact that you wake up in the morning. Thanks for having me, Bridget. Got to run. Good luck with the week and new moon. Thank you. I love you so much. I thank you for all this information. Thank you. I've been doing the tarot workbook, and it's been super helpful and accurate so far. Yay! Thank you for all you do. Thank you. I just did a circle on Wednesday. Yay! See? We update them, and it's like, oh my god, like I'm gonna, like get my things. My main focus is being mentally normal. I think that with the normal, it's like we all have this idea of what normal is, or we think, like I'm not normal. Nobody's fucking normal. Like there's not a normal. Everybody has society things. Everybody has beliefs. Everybody has families. Everybody has stuff that they've done that they're probably like, oh shit, that was not the best thing I could have done. But the more that we're like, I'm not normal, the more likely we're not going to feel normal, and we're not going to act normal, or what we perceive to be like. We're like, I'm not normal. So we just keep creating that. So, I would work on acceptance. Like, I would work on self-acceptance of like, hey, you know what? Like, this is who I am. And I'm okay with who I am. Like, I'm creating, in a unique way. And I really think that whatever, for the majority of the stuff that you had happening, it sounds a lot like a lot of other people who are gifted, but don't realize it. And they're like afraid of it, so they like run from it, and they like think that it's not okay, that it's bad, that it's, I'm delusional, I'm crazy, I'm schizophrenic. It's not that. It's you're fucking connected. Even like the shamans will say, like the mental health, like when people have like a mental breakdown, they're like, oh, that's the shaman. Like they get that person because that person has the connection to the other side, to the spirit realm. They can see spirit, they can connect, and it's like you have that ability, but you also have that ability to be both things. Like you could be in the light and the dark. You can walk through duality. You are a shadow walker, and you just need to like embrace it instead of being so afraid of it, because the fear is what makes it scary, and the fear is what makes it like, oh, this isn't normal. The fear is what makes it bad, and it's just based out of your belief system of thinking, oh, this isn't normal, this is bad. Because I did the same thing in the beginning. I thought I was schizophrenic. I was like, there's something seriously wrong with me. I looked it all up, and I was like, trying to diagnose myself with all these things. And as time has progressed, it's like, oh, that's definitely not what it was. And it keeps getting stronger. And I get confirmation all the time that it's like, I'm not fucking crazy. But I think, try to accept that you're not crazy. And maybe try to consider that idea of perhaps I'm not crazy. And it's not that I'm not normal. It's that I'm gifted. And I have a gift that, involves seeing stuff and knowing stuff and hearing stuff and smelling stuff and tasting stuff, that not everybody else does, because some people cut it, shut it off, and they never turn it back on. You still have it. You still have like an innocence about you, or like a purity about you that not a lot of people have. And I think that in itself is enough for people to be able to have the gifts, because you actually care about the world. You actually want, like, good things for others, good things for the planet. You're not just like self-serving. So try to not think of yourself as like, messed up or broken or delusional or crazy or any of those things, because the more you say it, the more you believe it,
and the more that's what, we will see you believe and experience. Oh, I changed the way I was journaling a few months ago. Nice. I just did a journaling thingy. What was it called? I'm interested in the Prego Lady one, whenever you get those posted. Okay. I think what I'm gonna do, he made another one. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do like a listing where people can pick, like a couple of like options. Like, hey, this is Prego Ladies or Fertility Goddess, and you can do it like green, or you can do it like blue, or like whatever color, not too many, because then it gets crazy, but just like a couple base colors and then a couple base crystals, because I have tons of crystals, but like once those crystals go, if I run out of them and I can't get more of them, I can switch up that, because I don't want to be like telling him every single time like what to do, because he's like, what should I put in here, what should I do next, and I'm like, that's why I've got nothing done this week, because I've been like helping to dictate what's going to happen. And then he doesn't listen anyways and does something else. And I'm like, it's been crazy. You love the fertility figurine? Yay! I have another, I ordered another one, like another thing to make like another lady, so that I could like, do more than one at a time, because I have a lady with really big boobs, and a lady with little boobies, and I have a guy who's big and buff, and then I have a little buff man. So I felt like I should have two. I don't know how the pregnant people are. I don't know if it's dependent upon who made it or where they come from, but these are definitely different, these bodies. And at first I was like, we should do little lady with the little boy and the big lady with the big boy. But then I was like, actually, every time I've seen a couple, it's usually the other way around. It's like the big dude is with the little tiny girl, and the little tiny boy is with the big girl. As I've seen. So I think with those, I might let people choose which one they want. Do you want the little man or the big man? Do you want the little lady or the big lady? Or some curvy girls, or petite. She doesn't even look like a girl next to this one, because she just like blends in. She's got no boobies until you get close. But like back here, it's like she's got nothing. She's like me. But yeah, I have all different colors. I wanted to try out these colors at first. And then we have these peeps that are like, kind of like, they remind me of Andromeda, these ones, but they're like, just holding each other, loving each other. Kissy, kissy, and then the ghost. I love the ghost. He's so cute. I have a big, huge round thing downstairs that's like for crystal grid, and then I have bigger knives that are down there, like good size ones, and then I have the Hamza hands. I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff, and it's like I forget what's down there, and then he, moves things around, and there's so much stuff down there. There's another table in my dining room now. I've got two big tables down there, because I do all my stuff for my sprays and all of my candles and stuff on Wednesday. It's gonna be Fridays soon, but on Wednesdays, me and my sister set up on that dining room table to do all of our stuff. Well, now he's got another table in that room, and he spreads out over the stove and stuff, and it's like everywhere. Everything's sticky. I'm like, it feels like there's a fucking toddler here. Why is everything sticky? The gate was all sticky and stuff, but this stuff is like very sticky, I guess. Like, it's everywhere. But since I said something to him, he has been better about not getting everything all sticky. So that's been a positive. But these are the pyramids, pyramid power. We got a big ones down there too. That one we did has a tantric twin in the center, and then there's like around ball, the tantric twin inside the ball, and then the round ball is inside the big pyramid. But they take so long. Like, you gotta, like, do a layer, wait 24 hours. Do a layer, wait 24 hours. So, you know, there'll be a little bit for us to be posting those ones. But the little ones aren't as bad because they, like, you know, they're not as, like, you can pour that in one, you know, 1 or 2 settings. But I like this one because it's got the flower of life. So these ones are like abundance, you know, like tiger's eye, citrine. This one has garnet, like the red in there. So it's like good for your root, but also good for your sacral, relationships. Each one will have like a, you know, explanation with it of all the things that are in it and why those are the things in it. And then we got these little baby ones that I was going to do as like a set. But they're so little, I'm like, I don't even know. I feel weird. I'm like, what do you say for this? It's like, hey, want a little tiny baby? This one has amethyst in it. This one has the little metal shavings in it. And then there's another little amethyst one. And then there's a quartzy one. Yeah. I like the quartzy one. I'm keeping it for me. I'm a weirdo with quartz, if you haven't found out. I made a video about this, but I haven't, like, put it together yet, because it was a complicated video. And it took me days to even open the box. I wouldn't open the box until I was going to do it on camera, and I finally did. And I still haven't posted it. I've been doing a lot of other stuff with him. Alright, let's go down here. Oh, hi, Miss Bridget Rao. How are you doing tonight? Fine, I hope. Good, I'm good. How are you? Is she saving this live? I usually do, yes. Curvy girl is like the Kardashian one. Yeah, she got some boobies and some butt. So grateful to be walking. Oh, good. Were you not walking? Yes! Thank you! Yeah, I always try to save them. Unless something happens, it should be there. You never know with YouTube and all their fun settings. You weren't in May? Sorry. I said to my... Oh my god. I should have put you guys in the other thing. I said to my sister the other day, I was like... I'm like, I'm not sure how long I'm gonna be here. At least not with, like, feet and shit. Because my feet keep blowing up. I'm like... And I'm just not smart enough to, like, do anything good about it, you know? Like, I keep pushing myself to the point where it's like, oh, Bridget, your foot's gonna fall off. You should probably sit your ass down. But, you know, I'll learn someday, maybe, when I don't have feet. But it's definitely a test. I've been feeling better, though, since I've been, just, like, acknowledging things and being like, hey, you know what, I can't do that anymore. Like, I can't continue to, like, do stuff that just feels completely opposite of what I should be doing, or, like, detrimental to other people's lives. Like, I'm supposed to be able to help you, not hurt you. I don't think I've ever really hurt anybody. I just know that there's people out there that take things and abuse it. I'm like that, too, about my feet. Really? That's weird. I had, you know, no issues, and then all of a sudden I just, like, started having feet issues. And I think I get freaked out because when I was a kid, my Aunt Janet's husband, he had, like, diabetes, and they kept taking parts of his body, like, at different, and I was a kid, and I was, like, little, so it was like, I saw him without some toes, and then I saw him without a foot, and then I saw him without, like, half a leg, and I'm like, oh my god. So I have that, like, burnt into my brain, and I'm like, I really don't want that to be my thing, my reality. But I'm the type of person that just is too stupid to, like, you know, take a break when I should. Like, I don't even notice sometimes that, like, something really bad is happening. I got my dice. You get 0, 5. I don't know if that's a 6 or a 9. It's a 9. I think, yeah, it's a 9. So you get 0, 5, 9. 27. Oh my god. I've been seeing 27 non-freaking, like, really a lot. I sometimes share it onto my Instagram story, but that's like, I only share like a small amount of the ones that I get. Look, it's 27. Go out. I'm okay, good and blessed, all wrapped up in one. Nice. Put your feet up, maybe compression stockings. Yeah, I think I was doing something I was recording for Monica not like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and I was like sitting at my thing over there with my feet up, but I was like, it was a very weird position. I had like feet like beside the laptop and I'm like typing. It's hard because of the dogs too. Like, I can't sit on my bed and like get things done with them because they like want to like attack me and be on me. When I lay down to like go to bed, they go across my face. Like 7-Eleven is like she puts her neck and her body over my nose and my mouth, so I can't breathe. And it's like she's trying to suffocate me, but it's just like her way of saying, hi, I love you, oh my goodness, let's cuddle. But they all do it, and there's a lot of them. They don't all try to kill me, but she does. I don't know what her deal is, why she feels the need to go so extreme. And I have these guys. These are Angel Aura that I got. I got them for you all, but I just haven't had a chance to put them up. But I'm gonna, like, I have to now because my dad's involved. So like, if I don't put these up, then like, you know, he doesn't get any like, hey, thanks for helping me. So I have to do it. So I think, you know, over the next couple of days, I'm just going to buckle down and make as many listings as possible and then get back to like the stuff that I'm trying to do for me. But I can make the listings and listen to my courses. So it's like 2 birds, 1 stone. Are you a Leo lion? Me? No. I'm a Taurus in a Capricorn rising and a Capricorn moon, and a Pleiadian. And I think that's it. But I have some like Lyran energy, but my, you know, we basically all kind of do. The Lyrans are our ancestors, our ancient ancestors. Without them, we wouldn't be here. Oh, wait, I saw a question. What did you say? Oh, 7-Eleven behave. I thought that was a question. I'm like, oh, that's a question. That's not a question. Alright. Did anybody have a question or anything? Anybody need anything? Thank you so much, light, strength, and ooh. To you and the soul tribe. Thank you. Same for you. Do you guys want me to do the tarot workbook one like soon? Not tonight, but like another time. I think if I do it on here, I would probably do it like in a way where I'm not going to do the whole book because then it's like, what, people might not get the book, and it's only $10, so it's not like I'm asking like, you know, an arm and a leg. It's 88 pages of stuff, plus yeah, like that would take me forever to do 88 pages of stuff. So maybe I'll go through it and do kind of like what I did tonight, like pick out some pages of the book to do myself, and then like go over it with you guys and be like, so you could do this or you could do that, and that those of you who can't afford to get the book can take the things that I share for free, and those of you that do want to get the book will kind of know how to expect it. Yeah, she does. She loves me. She's definitely very like she's like, I'll be sitting there and she's like, oh my god. Like she just stares and she just gets closer and closer, closer, and like she stares at me, and I try to not look at her because as soon as I look at her, she's like, ah! Like, let me come touch you. I'm like, oh my god, she's crazy. She's the crazy girl, and she's the one that goes after the hose and gets all weird. The Divine Feminine one today, yeah, I was watching something earlier or listening to something earlier while I was working on other things. And I was like, kind of like making mental notes, and I was like, you know what, I should share this for others, because sometimes it's like I get like, I hear these things, I know these things, but then I forget about these things, so I'm like, just do it now. So I made the little cards to kind of like do like a recap, and I've noticed that like I learn better when I like write it down or do something with it, or tell other people, you know, or teach. It's weird, like, same thing for, like, meditating. Like, I don't like to just lay down and meditate, but if I host a meditation, I go on a journey. If I do a reading, I receive messages from the reading. Even though it's not for me, it's like there's stuff that comes through for me. Or it's weird how all that stuff kind of intertwines. But I've definitely been a person that's like, I'm much better at facilitating or delivering rather than receiving. That's how I receive, is by giving. So sometimes people are like, what's the matter with you? Stop doing so much or giving so much. And I'm like, I do receive though. And I do, you know, get a lot back from my guides for doing all the stuff that I do. So it all works out. Oh, I forgot this one too. This is my Veracruz. Veracruz amethyst is what? Lucid dream? Is lucid dreaming real? The things you see in that time when you are awake but not awake, especially in the morning. Yes, it's real. Basically, you can induce it. Like, you can go do lucid dreaming or astral traveling. Sometimes people need to try more than once to actually like be successful at getting themselves up and out of their body. But the more that you practice it, the more that you exercise and get out and do it, the more control you'll have over it. There was a while for me that like that's all I did. Every single night I would put on a couple of different like guided meditations, and I would try different people because some people's voices sucked and some people's voices were all right. And there's a couple of times that it happened that like I would get up and out, and as soon as I realized that it was happening, I'd be like, oh my god, and I'd be so excited that I'd slam right back into my body. So that was frustrating. And I also noticed that like, try not to listen to too many like, hey, this is how to do it things, because I started like, I couldn't like do it because I was listening to too many other people's opinions on what to do. When I stopped that, like when I didn't listen to any of the shit that the people said, and I just was like, fuck it, like I'm not even gonna try tonight, like I'm just gonna go to bed and like lay on my side, and the thing was playing, I was like, out of my body. I'm like, what the fuck? But before that, it was like I would lay on my back and I wouldn't move, and I'd be all like stressed out because I had all the dogs, and I'm like, if one of the dog moves, it's gonna mess it up. And you have to like, you know, do these visualizations, like you lie there and like roll yourself out of the bed without rolling, and I'm like, oh my god. So try not to get too much up here because that's just gonna block you. But I noticed that like when I just kind of like just like let go of the desire or like the resistance that I was creating with like, I want to do it so badly, I was able to do it. And I actually got stuck out one night. I was like, you know, out over these like hills, and I'm like, oh my god, yay! But then I could hear the like the thing that was playing, and it was like a repetitive thing, just repeating over and over and over, and it was like you couldn't hear it clearly. It was just like and same thing over and over and over, and I was like, I'm stuck. And I went through all of the like senses of like, frustrated, angry, upset, sad, and then I was like, it's better than Earth. And then I slammed right back to my body, like when I hit acceptance and being okay with it. Thank you for the help. Much love. Thank you. Hi, Sage421. Sometimes I did it without knowing in the beginning. Yeah. It's like, I think some people can just do it and enjoy it and just go out and have fun. And then other people just, they think about it too much and they block themselves. But yeah, you can definitely do it. Can someone astral travel unintentionally and connect with someone else's subconscious in real time? Yeah. So just recently I read an article by this guy who he was having some weird experiences with his dreams, which is basically the same thing as your subconscious astral body, doing some shit. So basically, he would go to bed, have a dream, and then the next day or a couple days after, he talked to the person that was in his dream and found out that that person had the exact same dream with the exact same stuff. And like they interacted in the dream. And it was like, what? And then it happened again with another person, but it was like this time it was a woman that he had worked with in his past. And he was at the gym and she's climbing a rock wall and he was like trying to help her do that. And then so the next day he like messaged her and didn't say anything. It was just like nonchalant. And then she brought it up. She was like, oh my God, I had a dream with you last night. We were at the gym on the rock wall. And so, yeah, like these people and him were interacting. And he was like delivering them messages or helping them in some way. There's a symbology like within it. The first one had just gone through a car accident. And in the dream, it was his birthday, he gave him a cake, but inside the cake was all these gears and shit for the car. So it was like, he was just stressed out about the car situation. So I think he was like there to help him, like, it's okay, we'll put the car back, like, you'll be all right. And with the girl, she was trying to like climb the corporate ladder in her life. And whatever he said to her in the dream really stuck out to her and was like helpful to her. So she felt like really like supported by that. So yeah, like those things happen. And then like twin flames, like I don't remember my dreams ever. Very rarely do I remember having like, I know I dream and I sometimes like wake up and there's like a little bit of something there. But if I have a dream with the twin, I remember it. And I've had dreams where I've been in like his place and something that was not there the time before is now there. And when I go there again, it's fucking there. And I'm like, oh my God, like I see it in my dream. So yeah, you can do that. Let's see. I think, I do a lot of lucid dreaming. Yeah. I think I astral travel sometimes unconsciously. I went till my balcony, then I thought I was hallucinating and woke up. Then I'm like, why would I be hallucinating my own house? Yeah, see? You're doing things. That's how I felt, but I'm not in contact with them to check if they had it too. Yeah, see, and they may have it and not even know or remember it, because I don't remember a lot of dreams, but it was unlike anything else, and it was like out of body. Yeah, my twin came to me in my dreams 2 years ago, and that's how the whole thing got started again. Yeah, like consciousness is so much more powerful than like people have like realized or been led to believe, or just didn't have the understanding to know. Albert Einstein, like I feel like he was like the first pioneer out there, like really like exploring consciousness and tying things together. But even him, he was like humble and like he was like, I'm not the smartest person, but he was like he was literally this fucking smartest man that was hanging out back then. And over time our consciousness has evolved and the energies and the frequencies are rising, so it's like getting easier for us to see these things. Plus we created ways to connect with people, so we're bridging. It's like we're creating these neural pathways in the physical through the electronics. And it's like, hi, here I am. Now I'm talking to you. But, in 1980, this wasn't happening. So your level of consciousness stayed your level of consciousness because you couldn't talk to anybody that was more expanded and had any answers or was like able to confirm those little weird thoughts and thinking and all of that. You'd have to like travel to some freaking island or something, seek people out and be called a hippie or a weirdo for doing it. That's another part of it, is that like people have gotten more welcoming and open to concepts beyond like just weird shit, before it was like you'd be crazy if you mentioned any of this stuff. Like I remember when I woke up, I was like, I was afraid. I was in the starseed closet. I didn't want to tell people. It is difficult to use our abilities, and that's because of conditioning. We come into this planet, and when you're a baby, you have all of the gifts. Like babies are so connected. They see like stuff and they know stuff, and they are still like very close to like that's the prime time to ask about past lives because they still remember it. There's kids that like will fucking tell you where they died and how they died, and like there's confirmation of it. There was a little boy that like he told his parents like what the name of his plane was, where he crashed, the name of the dudes that he was like in the war with, and all of that stuff. But it's like it's been proven, it's out there, but it's not like people present it into the mainstream, and it's so those types of things get pushed under the rug. We get shied away from it because they don't want you to explore it. They don't want you to be conscious and aware, because conscious and aware people are harder to control. They're easily manipulated when they don't think for themselves, or they don't feel that infinite consciousness that's flowing through them to create and be abundant. It's like some people want to keep all that stuff for themselves. Like the mystery schools started way back when, trying to make it like exclusive, and that's not how it should be. It shouldn't be like hidden secrets. Unless people are going to do shitty shit with it, then they should know. But like, who's it to say that who's going to do what with what? Just share the knowledge. When no one understands, I'm still afraid of my abilities. Yeah. My twin came to me in that dream, telling me that I had to turn my back on her. Oh, that could just be higher self stuff. That could be your own insecurity stuff. That could be her, her insecurity stuff, projecting things to you. And, with the one that's afraid of your abilities, there's a lot of people that are afraid of them because they've been shied away from it, or because like they've been thought to believe that it's demonic or it's bad or you're going to go to hell or whatever. You may not have even been told that, but somebody in your family line, your history, your ancestors may have been told that or believed that, or some inkling of that. And if that came through your ancestral lineage into your cellular memories and into your consciousness on some level, subconscious, you believe those things, or you can have that frequency up in there and not even know why you feel certain ways. It's just like with like if you had something happen in a past life, you could be deathly afraid of something in this life but not know why. And it's like, oh, maybe I was like burned at the stake. That's why fire freaks me out a little bit, But I think we're getting better now at seeing the connections and having an acceptance around it. It's like you don't have to hide it. There's nobody really out there that's going to be like laughing at you. And if they do, it's just because they're unevolved and they don't have very much consciousness. And there's something wrong with them, like if that's their thing. But it's a much different world now than it was. Now you understand. Good. I would just, practice your stuff and take it slow. Because I know it can be like overwhelming. Even just meditation. Meditation is the best thing, especially for the girl with her twin saying that stuff. Like, meditation is, gonna give you the answer of like, why was she saying that? Was it her saying it? Was her I am present saying it? Was her insecurity saying it? Or was it my insecurity? Because your twin is your mirror. So it could have been your own insecurity, like, mirrored back to you about how you feel. So, and I've noticed that, like, some of the, like, craziest shit has, I've had like these weird like epiphany moments and realizations of like, oh my God, like I do that. And before it was something that I would be like, I can't believe them, blah, 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 like upset that somebody else does that. But it's like, it's not even, it's me that has the issue with it. And it's me who does it. But like if somebody else like has an inkling of that energy and frequency, I'm like, they're doing it. It's not good. It's our shadow self. We need to work with our shadow. Yeah, LC on Light Healing helps people to kind of like dabble around and see what's out there for them, and it's like a safe place for you to understand how to exercise your stuff. My family trying to make me believe I'm wrong, must not believe my intuition. I am wrong, must... Why? Most people are like, trust your gut. You're going to regret it if you don't trust your gut. And the only time I would tell people not to listen to their gut is the people who are constantly living in fear and thinking that the fear is the intuition, because they're from the same place. They're located in that same area of the, solar plexus. Like when you get that fear, it can feel very much aligned, similar as like when you get that inner knowing or that intuitive, like, ooh, I feel like this is going to happen, or I just know something is special about this thing, or I need to do this for some reason. But the more that you listen to your intuition and the more that you stop allowing fears to have any space in your life, the stronger your intuition gets. Like the stuff that happens to me now, it blows my freaking mind. I'm like, how did that happen? How did I know that? Like I get really upset. Hi, I'm Japanese. Hello. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm like, I don't know what I am. I'm a mix of a lot of things. Am I doing mini readings? I was just kind of hanging out, but I can pull a card or two. I have a big mess here now that I don't know what's with me. I look like a little kid lately. I'm like playing with all these little dolls and shit. It's like, I'm really not. I was just kind of like, they just came up here to be photographed. And then I opened my mesa to show you guys the mesa stuff. Put my Veracruz. So Veracruz amethyst is very high vibrational. It's like different energies and frequencies from like your traditional everyday amethyst. Somebody asked me to get one of those, and I'm like, I have no idea who she was, but I have it. If she's out there somewhere. Alright, let me move this stuff over. Got my mesa. The pregnant lady. Fertility. I knew the fertility lady was going to be a good lady. I was like, I gotta get this lady for fertility. My dad was like, why did you get that? I'm like, because people need fertility. And everybody likes her. So I was right. Intuition. Let me move my little guy. My little big guy. So when you have a mesa... shit. I don't know if it's gonna let me. How do I do anything normal with this? It's too far. It won't let you just be normal. I should have put you guys in the black thing. But anyways, when you have a mesa, there's a certain way to fold it. So I'm doing that. You just do one corner, one corner, one corner, one corner. But you're supposed to do it by the directions. So I will probably talk about that at another point, but you start with well, you can do it either way. You could do feminine first and then masculine, which is based off of the left or right, and then you can bring Pachamama up, which is the mother of the earth, and then you bring the creator down, which is the creator energies of great spirit, and then you tuck that, and then you have a square, and it's like a bag, a bundle. You put all your sacred tools inside of it for your healings and your sessions and, healing work. You're supposed to feed it, love it, take care of it, tie it up, bring it to ceremony, add things to it, take things from it. And I was gifted this belt that goes with it, and it's like a perfect match to it. So I wrap it around, pull it down. I'm not going to wrap it all the way up because I need to do some stuff with it. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do for my 7 stones, because I can get 7 stones for each of the chakras and do all 7 colors, and I probably already have them here, honestly. But I can also use chumpy stones, and that would give me a reason to go get a new set of chumpy stones, because my dogs tried to eat my chumpy stones when I was charging them in the sun. I had a bowl of water and I was charging them, and Monoman was like, I'm gonna eat that. So he took a couple of the chumpy stones, and now they have dog bites. And my protege that I had a few years ago, she had a wicked nice set of them that were like really pretty. So I think I might get myself a set like that, and then maybe I'll figure out what to do with the ones in here. Alright, let me use the ladies' room real quick, and then I will pull a card for you. My knees are all messed up from not moving. Alright, let's see what I got here for cards. Oh, there's a lot of comments. What happened? It's like everybody came in crazy. You were so right. Thank you for advice. Thank you. Hey, son. How are you tonight? Oh, so pretty. I want to ask, how do I stop being sad all the time? Leave Earth. I don't know, man. Sometimes it's you know, it's hard to be here because Earth sucks sometimes, but you're also somebody that's sensitive to it. And I know for me, before my like gifts were, you know, being used or utilized in the way of like, you know, hey, these are my gifts, and I wasn't aware of that, and I was just like having them, and you know, life was kind of just like sucky. I was always sad, and I still get sad, but not as bad as I did, and it's because I feel like now I have like at least a purpose, you know, like there's something for me to do. I can help people. Like there's a fucking reason for all the shit that I've been through. There's a reason for the weird stuff. There's like interconnectedness, evolution, it's expansion and ascension and rising, and I think that helps a lot, is to just find something that you are good at and keep doing it, and keep evolving, and that will like find you confidence and give you, you know, a meaning to your life other than placing meaning in like other people. Sometimes we get like kind of codependent where we're like, oh, I'm only going to find any value in myself if other people find value in me and need me for something. Or like with a relationship that's unhealthy, we can get really intertwined into that. We're only going to be happy if that person's like paying attention to us. But like, that's unhealthy. That's like not a good way to be, because what if they decide not to pay attention to you? Like, you need to be okay by yourself. So the best way to do that is to figure out, you know, how can I make myself confident and happy just being who I am? And if you've suffered through people who've treated you poorly based off of who you are, it's going to take a little bit of time and effort to realize that, like, those people don't fucking matter. And keep getting, you know, aligned to why you're supposed to be here, and the things that you're meant to do, because those are the things that are going to fuel you and make you feel good. And that's basically all I've been able to really, like, you know, find for help in that regard. Also, going and getting like my Reiki training and my new paradigm and Muneki and all these things that I do. And that's why, like, I'm excited right now, because it's been like 2 years since I've done any, like, you know, new stuff. And so when I woke up, it was like, oh, there's a meaning, there's a purpose, oh my god. And then it kind of like plateaued. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to get energy healing, and now I'm going to learn all this new stuff and do all these cool things, and woo! And then it plateaued. And then it was like, now I'm going to do the new paradigm, and I'm going to get empowered and confident, blah, 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 blah. And then that plateaued. So it's like, you just got to keep doing it, and keep evolving and keep growing and keep ascending, and, you know, applying what you're learning. And don't, you know, don't let the other stuff take over too much, because we can let ourselves get really sad and depressed and miserable, or we can let ourselves get fueled up and feel good, and you know, focus on the right things and the right people and right experiences. But like you were saying the other day, the orange, like, that's, I feel like your intuition telling you what you need so you can heal and become, you know, feeling better. Because orange, sweet orange, literally gets rid of depression. And if you're like being drawn to that for a reason, that frequency and energy, they're trying to deliver to you. If you can't get yourself the essential oil or something like an orange to eat, open the vortex and ask for the energy and frequency of the orange to come in and, you know, give that to you, so that you have, you know, that stuff coming in and supporting you. And like the sun, literal sun, vitamin D can help people. You know, just taking that vitamin or receiving that sunlight will give you that vitamin, to help you naturally fight it. Sending love from Greece, thank you. Nice, thank you. Spend time outside, yep. Sun energized me today, and I felt good, and I felt great, good. Smoke out. I want to get smoked out, lol. What? I love you. When sad, go into nature, you will feel rejuvenation. Mark, when you do the bands of power, you can literally feed yourself with nature, instead of just being like, I'm going to bounce stuff off and that's it. When negative stuff comes towards me, the bands of power help you to, like, take that negativity and do something to make it good, instead of just like, let me get rid of it. Fresh foods, lots of water, time by the ocean helps me. Yeah, water shower helps me. Like, if I'm really, like, not feeling okay, taking a shower can, like, reset my stuff. Or I have salt scrub with, like, rose quartz crystals and, you know, salt in there. Salt is purifying. The intention alone can also help. Amazing how Bridget helps so many people. May you be blessed by our angels, Bridget. Thank you. Good morning, Bridget and everyone. I just woke up from astral sex. And now I want to stay in bed all day. Nice. It kind of fits along with our conversation, our synchronicity. We were just talking about astral stuff. So true. That's what I felt. And then Angie, what is my DM? Female twin. feeling and thinking of me these days. And astral sex helps to true that. Alright. I felt like my dog was there, but it's not. I feel weird, like I haven't touched my cards in a couple of days. Like, I don't know which cards to touch. I ordered decks too, and like they should have. Actually, no, it takes forever. Like they shouldn't be here yet. All right, I got the Eight of Swords and the Light and the Dark here. So I feel like there's fear. Eight of Swords is fear, scared. And the Light and the Dark says you can't know light without darkness. So I feel like they might be in the dark at this time, or they may be in dark thoughts, fearful thoughts. You know, like, but they can't. You know, you have to go through the dark. You have, like I was just saying, like we've got to experience duality here. We have to have those moments of like, so that we can have moments of yay, like. It's duality. We came here to experience duality, and a lot of us are like, why does stuff have to suck? And it's like, cause that's part of the purpose of being here, is to experience all things. And then we had the first house, and it says, I am self-aware, appearance, first impression, and beginning. So they could be becoming aware of things at this time about themselves that's making them realize, like, oh, I've been in the shadow, I've been in the dark, like I haven't maybe necessarily put out the best version of myself, or just something about themselves that could be kind of bringing up fears and doubts and insecurities. And then we had cyclical, not a straight path. So I feel like this could be something that is a recurring theme. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this again. So it could be something that this person has faced before, but maybe they haven't realized what they're facing. It says exploring internal planes, consciousness creates all of your dreams. So, like I said, I feel like this person is becoming aware of something, maybe just even aware of their fear, like realizing like, oh my God, like I've been letting this darkness consume me, or I've been letting this fear prevent me from creating the life that I want, and I keep doing this. I keep repeating this process. I'm becoming aware of the freaking, stupid crap that I do to myself, that, keeps me in the duality, or keeps me in this place. But I feel like they are getting illuminated, like they are seeing something that they haven't seen before, because the sun is the illumination, the sun is the clarity, the sun is the light. It's like you can't know the light without the dark, right? So they had to feel this in order to be able to see that, and now they're becoming self-aware because of all of that. But I feel like this may be something that has kind of like been a repetitive thing for them that they may not have seen before. They could be just like starting to realize it now, and realizing that they do have value and worth, and that maybe they need to nurture themselves, and that they may have some deep emotions here that they feel like they would like to reconcile, or that they're like feeling nostalgic at this time, missing this connection that they've had and wanting to heal. And so that could be what they're, illuminating too, is that they're seeing now that they do have a Two of Cups out here. So maybe they're afraid that they've allowed the darkness, or their own fears, the insecurities, the inability to see their own value, kind of take them away from the alignment with the energies of, having their Two of Cups, their divine partner, the person that they're meant to be with. But they may be, starting now to realize, like, I've got to do some things if I want to have that in my life. I got to make the right decisions to plant the seeds of potential that are going to grow into something equal, give and take, balance within the relationship. We also have triggers here, and it says this was meant to awaken you, learn from the pain. So it says, yeah, this is meant to awaken you, learn from the pain, triggers. So they could definitely be going through a lot of triggers right now. And I think that is kind of like helping them to see things that they didn't see before. Maybe, yeah, because they got the tower. So it's like they're having like their own little tower moments, but it's more so like an epiphany moment. Because the tower doesn't, oh my god, you got the duality card, which is about the, you've known the worst, prepping for the best, which is basically the same freaking message as the light and dark. Where it's like you had to go through the dark to get to the light. You've known the worst to get to the best. You've got to have those realizations, those trigger moments, those blah, blah, blah. Here you go, shake your shit up, in order to see things sometimes. Because people don't always see shit, you know. A lot of people live their life, I don't even know, like, they're just completely disconnected from it. And I know I used to be that way. Like, I was just completely like, had no awareness or no understanding of anything beyond myself, I guess. But it says you are about to come into a season expansion, so I feel like things are going to expand. Consciousness is going to expand. Energy is going to expand. Yep, evolution. You're no longer that person. So, you know, whatever's happened up to this point, whatever has been bad, whatever has been dark, whatever has been gloomy and crappy within the situation, I feel like, you know, it was all kind of meant to be. Like, there was triggers there, anxiety, moments of feeling like you can't breathe, difficulties that you had to go through. But now it's time to come out of that and into a time where it's like we let go of the old and the withered bullshit. And you may even need to bring awareness to others about stuff, you know. You may have a community or soul family on a little scale or a grand scale, it doesn't matter. But there could be people out there that you need to help, you know, through your own process. And that doesn't even necessarily mean that you've got to talk to them. It's just that you doing something and healing something and facing something and doing the triggers and evolving into a better version of yourself, facing the fears, you and your lover fear being hurt again. When you face those fears and you do the inner work and you face the triggers, look at that, memories, face the triggers. When you do all that stuff, it ripples through the collective consciousness. It's like you don't have to go tell everybody about it for everybody to be impacted by it, because we come from, you know, one. We are one big consciousness creating itself over and over and over, and experiencing ourselves, you know, as separate, but we are one. So joy comes from within. Stop seeking it outside. Step outside of your comfort zone. And just know that, like, right now you're planting the seeds of potential for things to grow in your lives. And I think that, you know, things are going to change to the better. There's going to be more compassion. There's going to be more understanding, more passionate. And things like your wishes can come true. You may be, you know, ascending into your star-seeded energies. With like more conscious awareness and just like understanding, doing the work that needs to be done on the planet, so that you can know your value and worth and be like nurturing, balanced, healing, and aligned for your transformation and your rebirth into better versions of yourselves. And you have the resources, you have all the things that you need to do it. So yeah, I feel like whatever's going on right now, you know, it's going to get better. There's going to be expansion. There's going to be luck, wisdom, healing, influence, wealth, higher education, big business. So basically, get ready for things to kind of shake up into an alternate reality. Whatever you've created, you know, up until now is about to change. And it's going to be a better version of things. And the moon dust says, magical moonbeams heal your soul. The dust shows divine eyes where to go. So trust your soul. Trust that your inner knowing will know what to do. And, you know, people always ask, like, what is my person thinking and feeling and things like that. Tap into yourself and feel what they're feeling. Like, I've been able to just kind of, like, know. Like, I can't explain it, but it's like, if you just, like, think, I don't know, like, just allow yourself to be, like, open to what's going on, like, aware of them, and then trust it. Because I think most of you do it, but you don't trust it. It's like, you know how they're feeling, you know what they're thinking, you know what they're wanting, but you don't trust it. You don't trust your intuition. And I've found that when I've trusted my intuition on the journey those are the times that like the best experiences were had. When I went against my intuition, or I listened to my fear, my doubts, or my insecurities, those are the times that were like, oh fuck, I shouldn't have done that, or I shouldn't have said that, or I should have acted normal, or whatever. But whenever I listened to my gut and not a billion other people's opinions, and not all the fears and all of the crap that we do to ourselves, things were much better. And I just got afraid to love again too. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of fear from that person. But we also have sleepless dreams and seas of thought, so I feel like they're not sleeping. They're just kind of like thinking about you nonstop. And so that could be showing up in your dreams because they're like, awake at night thinking of you. So it's like they're projecting their energy, their consciousness over to you. And you're experiencing it because of that. So set clear intentions for yourself. And when you do connect with that person, ask what their intentions are. Very, like, what are your intentions with me? And come from a place of gratitude for your connection. And I think that's something people forget, or like they steer away from at some point, because it's hard. It's not the easiest thing in the world. Nurture healthy relationships. And if you can't say that this is a healthy relationship, then don't nurture it and move away from it. Do what works for you for self-care, and those tools that are going to make you a better version of yourself. But if it is a divine connection and it's making you a better version of yourself, then be grateful for it, and remember that about it, and try not to get sucked into the ego, or like the conditional love that a lot of people have, where it's like, I love them, but I want this, that, and the other thing, or I'm only going to be happy if blah, 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 blah. That's not true love. True love is just loving people for who they are, and accepting what they want and what they don't want, and being okay with it, and not trying to change them or manipulate it or make things happen, But I feel like there are still wounds to heal here. So past life pains, lessons, trauma, hurt, self-sabotage, learning through adversity. So the wounded healer, sometimes it sucks to do that role, or to be that person, or to go through those things, but we need to do that for a reason, and then we go through awakening. So the light codes of awakening are breaking old paradigms and helping people to remember who they are and where they came from, and to face those fears that they have around love, and to break the old behaviors and the bad habits that they've got. And some of us, it was a lesson that made us stronger, and it's going to help us align with the abundance that we need, and it's going to help us become a better version of ourselves. We might need to cut the cords and go somewhere else because it's too toxic for us to stay where we were, but that's not the case in every single situation. Maybe it's just not good for us right now, and we need to clear out the old energies in order for true love to be presented to us within those situations. So we need to affirm and take our power back, and stop getting caught up in illusions. And go within to the feminine energy, trust the intuition, trust what we know deep inside of ourselves, look for the patterns, because patterns speak very clearly about things. Like if somebody is walking like a duck, talking like a duck, and being a duck, they're probably a duck. But if somebody is not those things, or there's like something going on there that's like a little bit different, like I'm not sure if they're a divine person, I'm not sure if like things are supposed to be good, all these things keep happening that maybe make me doubt, but then something underneath that is there that tells me that I'm not crazy. It tells me that there is something special here. Those are like the little subtle things that we need to listen to. So yeah, hopefully that helped you. What is holding me back from my divine union? My DM still hasn't entered my life, and I'm getting impatient. Dude. What? Like, do you know who they are? Do you know who this person is? Oh, shit. Wait, I don't even know who you are. Jade. All right, let's see. Jade, do you know who that person, who your person is, or I don't know what that means that they're not in your life. Like I've dreamt of them, or I know who they are. Like we've met, we haven't met. Because depending on that is going to be a lot. And I'm not going to do too many of these just because I've already been on for 2 hours. So just you know, like don't go crazy, guys. Where was that person? Was she here? Okay, did you understand what I said? You said something about, you know, like they haven't come into your life. Does that mean that you know who they are and they haven't come back? Or that you don't know who they are and you're just waiting for a twin flame? Because if that's the case, you might want to reposition yourself in regards to all of that. So twin flame, if you're in a rush, all right, yeah, if you're in a rush, if you don't know who that twin flame is, don't ask for one. It's like everybody's like, ooh, twin flame. It's not fucking like easy. It's not easy, and it takes fucking forever. For some people, not everybody. Some people meet and everything's okay and whatever, but there's always adversity. There's always a difficult thing. Like the people who I know that had like the easy journey, she was in a freaking other country for years before they got together and got married, and that was the easy one of all of them. My person I've known for 22 years. Other people I know here, they've known their person 22 years. Like, it's not like, here we go, like, yay. So try not to do that to yourself. Like, try not to be like, it's got to be a twin, because that in itself may be blocking you from them showing up, because you may not, you know, be aligned to that type of experience right now. And it's not necessarily one that we all want, you know. You've been single for 37 years. Well, then obviously something that you've been thinking or wanting, like there's like something that's not like aligned. Because if what you want and what you think and what you feel and all those things is aligned, then it comes. So there's like something in there that you're like, I want this, and I want it, but I don't have it. And so the universe is like, okay, we're gonna give you more if I don't have it, because that's what they do. It's hard to explain, but if you, once you get it, you understand it, because it's like, oh, like when you don't have something, like, I want it, but then it like pushes it further and further and further, so it gets further away from us. But also with the twin flame, that's just like asking for a fucking like craziness. Like that's just asking for a lot of like difficult, hard soul work to get to a divine union. You know, that's what that is. A soulmate is an amazing connection, easy connection. You don't have to go through hell. You don't have to go through like the ups and the downs and the crazies and the back and the forth and the intensity of like and coming and going and ghosting and disappearing and then coming back, and then like you have to evolve as a human being to be able to come with them. And if you know, don't know your twin yet, it's like how long is it gonna be? It's like it could be a long time. Like, so don't keep putting that out there, because you'll attract things that you don't want. If you want somebody that's going to show up, it's going to be a nice, easy connection. You're going to love each other and like tra-la-la and date and see each other and like, you know, stay together from like, hey, we met, we liked each other, and we just like did that. Ask for a soulmate. You can ask for a higher level soulmate. No, the twin flame thing has gotten like so misconstrued. It's so blown out of proportion. People have like romanticized it and made, ooh, it's so special. It's a fucking difficult thing. It's not fun. It's not like, yay, I'm so special. It's like you don't feel any special at all. You feel like, oh my god, I am horrible. Like, this person hates me. I'm ugly. I'm stupid. All these crazy insecurities, all your fears, all your doubts get rippled right to you from them. And it's like deep, deep, difficult. So I always tell people who do not know their twin to try not to call that in, because if you're not like supposed to be doing that and you don't have to do that, don't do it. It's like, no. So you got beams of ascension. It says light codes of awakening, breaking old paradigms. So 37 years being single, let's break the old paradigm. So what is the old paradigm? The old paradigm is like, what are the thoughts that we're thinking? What are the things that we're feeling? What are the things that we're saying and doing? Because whatever those are is creating the reality that is existing within right now, right? And that's the one where we don't have what we want. And again, at the simplest form, it's like when we tell the universe, like, I feel good, I'm happy, I'm content. The universe delivers more shit to us to make us feel that way. It's like, oh, you feel good, here's some more stuff to feel good. And when we're like, I am in love, and I'm receiving love, and I'm giving love, and love is easy, and it's flowing to me abundantly, and like, this person is everything I could have ever wanted, and they, look good and smell good and taste good, and all of that stuff is just so wonderful. Like, like, think about what that looks like, tastes like, smells like, feels like to have that. And I know it might not be easy to do if you haven't had it in that amount of time, but just that in itself is probably why it's gotten so long, because you haven't been in the vibrational frequency of it. So when you get into that vibrational frequency of somebody that has it, it becomes easier to become part of it or to connect with it. Like, I know there's been times in my life where it's like the dudes run rampant. They come knocking and banging and, oh, hey, what's going on? We like you. And then all of a sudden they're just like gone and disappeared. It's dependent upon the vibration and frequency we're in. And if you're having something in your mind of like, I'm, waiting on my divine masculine to show up, like some special like thing that's going to come in on a cloud, that could be, creating like resistance as well, because you might be looking for something that's like, whoa, and missing opportunities with people that could be the one that's going to be that for you, but you haven't let them, be seen, or you're too busy, like, in that experience of not having it, so you don't see it, you don't feel it, you don't recognize it. I don't know what that's. Banned due to the pandemic travel corridor, by the way, not actually banned. I don't know what that means. I left the damaged twin behind, approaching high order soulmate. Nice. Mel is mine, and he told me like it is today. Listen to the woman go for her soulmate. I had 2 soulmates during my separation times from a twin. They were much easier, much smoother relationships. Still friends with both of them. Yeah. Like, there's karmics, which are shit and horrible and difficult and painful and you don't want that. And then there's twins, which is like just as intense as a karmic, but it's like there's good aspects of it. It's going to make you do a lot of things to become a certain version of yourself to align to divine union, but not everybody gets there, because not everybody's willing to do the fucking work that it takes to get there. Everybody wants the woohoo at the end of the thing, but they don't want to do what needs to be done to get to the end of the thing. So that really dictates it. But you have, everything has an origin story, and every story has pieces that lead back to tomorrow. No matter how far you go, there you will be. So it's like, no matter where you go, no matter what you do, everything has a purpose, everything has a reason. You have an origin, you have a purpose to play out on the planet. But if you aren't in it, like if you're going against what is supposed to be, then things aren't going to be easy. They're not going to flow. The things that you want won't come. So we want to like clear that, release that. And it says dark helps us see the light. Choosing wrong helps us know what's right. So like, you can definitely keep saying I want my twin flame, and then see like what happens as a result. But I feel like that's kind of like what you've already done. Like, you've already kind of been like expecting something, or being very like focused on a certain reality or an idea of something, but not expanding out to allow it to come. Like what's truly meant to be there. So the contrast is difficult. You know, the contrast is the stuff that sucks, that nobody likes. But it also helps us to be inspired. And it says divine inspiration comes in an instant and was created to last beyond the infinite. So, you know, you're going to have a perspective shift at some point. You're going to start seeing something differently. And then you can create an alternate reality where now those 37 years that you were single, or, you know, whatever has been happening that hasn't been great, well, now the things can happen because it's been written in the stars, the scars of your heart, perfect times to start, coming near or apart. It's like everything will come together when it's meant to come together, but when you are also fertile and allowing of it to come together. So fertile seeds harvest abundance, you know, like put your seeds out there, like be disciplined with yourself, in a way of like be open and receptive to, you know, what's meant for me, but also be disciplined with yourself of like, I'm not gonna put anything out there that's gonna create something that, you know, comes from limitation or comes from a vibration of thinking something is better than what it actually is. Like everybody puts this shit out there on like ooh, it's so amazing, and it's like I gotta have that thing, and that's why everybody's out there all fucked up and sad and miserable and, oh, you want my divine masculine? It's like, it got distorted, it got mixed up. It never was like this before. And because of that, it's like so many people are running around with these wrong ideas about things and not realizing what the fuck they're asking for. And it's like, why am I still single? Like, because it's like it's a lot to do. If that's what you're really asking for, sometimes it may be that you've got to go through a whole level of life, you know, like your whole lifetime, and then come back around for the next level. They may not be incarnated here with you. You could have a person that's your twin that's in the spiritual realm, on a higher dimension. And if that's the case, you can want to be with them all you want, but they can't be with you because they're not here. And that does happen here a lot. That's why when I say that not everybody has a twin flame, I don't mean that you don't have one. I just mean that it's not here. Like, asking for it ain't gonna do shit, because you need to go up into like the astral realms. You can connect with them up there. Down here, they're not there. So you would need to go to the divine dream portal. Astral realms are calling. Time to journey. So that's where your person is. Your divine, like, twin, the person that mirrors your soul. But you have a soulmate on this planet. We all do. We all have soulmates, and we all have, you know, karmics, and we all have experiences with people and reasons to be dealing with them, because we have wounds from other lives. We have experiences that we need to go through. But we need to, like, see through the illusions. We don't want to lie to ourselves, and we don't want to, like, you know, steer ourselves away from things that we should be facing or doing, because then we just get stuck and nothing happens. So it says, this is meant to awaken you, learn from your pain. So I know there may be triggers in all of this, and I'm sorry, but, you know, it's time to affirm and take back power over your life, and then know true love will be yours. Like, you will have true love. And your twin is never gone. Like, that's the thing, too. Those of the people who have a twin flame up there in the astral realm, they're right there with you. They're inside of you. They're never gone. They're always there. Same thing with them down here, but down here you see a physical form of them, so you feel more separated from them. But in reality, they're always there. You can never be without them. It's like it's just an illusion that we have here on this planet. So we need to go through this energy of, like, circulation, birth and death and rebirth, you know, allowing ourselves to come into these seasons of expansion, manifesting the abundance into our lives, being open to, you know, a different narrative. It says, ancient wisdom runs in your blood, spirit breathes with your lungs, strength conceived from above. So I feel like your person's above you, trying to help you. And they say, spread your wings and rise into dark, stormy skies. Trust your inner knowing and see the sunrise. So, you know, I feel like that may be why things haven't happened, because your person's, like, not available on this physical reality. But you might have karma in this physical reality, because you got the Saturn card twice, which the first thing is karma. Karma, order, structure, hard work, mature, professional, stewardship, discipline, time, creation, organizer, boundaries, commitment, materialize, slow pace, and stubborn. So you, I feel like, are on Earth right now to kind of deal with that. Like, you're here to deal with the karma, the slow energy, getting, matured, and growth and new perspectives, and basically just like doing the discipline thing, having the boundaries, and spreading your wings and transforming into a better version of yourself. And then when you leave here, you go right back into alignment with your mirror, or your divine person, and everything will be like as it's meant to be. But even here on this planet doesn't mean you have to be alone. There is other people here that you can achieve with. You can have that success with. You can have, somebody that has a lasting impression on you and is good for you. And it's already been encoded into the stars. Everything that has, been written for you is there for you. But it's up to you to decide, am I going to take that, or am I going to deny it or block it from coming because it's not exactly what I want. So shed the outgrown aspects, and just try to be open to create, space for divine masculine energy to come in. It's not to say that the man won't be divine in his, because we're all fucking divine at the end of the day. It's just that it's not going to be the shit show that comes with a twin flame. It's going to be easier and better. So it's like, maybe just change up the ideas around it and be like, oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be fun. It's going to be like, woohoo! I don't have to suffer in struggles. So yeah. And guys, I've been on for 2 hours. I'm gonna do a couple people, and then I'm not gonna be taking too many. So if you're just coming in, know that I've been on for a while, and reading wasn't my plans, but this was happening. And there's 27 people everywhere I go. There they go. Somebody clicked out. Like, no, can't be 27. All right, astral sex helps. I've seen these. Will my twin flame come back to me? Does he love me? Okay, Grand Ocean. My knees are a little weird. Alright, so right now you're in the Five of Cups. Five of Pence. Five of Pence is out in the cold, feeling kind of sad, feeling alone. However, Queen of Wands is my sexy queen, and the Empress is the freaking Divine Feminine. And then the Wheel of Fortune tells me that, something is going to happen here. Something is destined to shift this, okay? So you're out in the cold, feeling alone, feeling sad. You might feel like they walked away, they're never coming back. But I don't think that's the case. I feel like basically there will be something that, a turn of events that changes everything that's happening right now. It shakes everything up, and I'm seeing the I Circulate card here too, which is the death and the rebirth, the Ouroboros, the serpent eating its own tail, constant regeneration, and then we have Divinity in Man, which says cycles of creation and destruction leading to destined divinity. So there's a destiny that's destined to happen between you and this person, and there's divinity in this man, your divine masculine, or leading to divine, so it's whatever's going on right now, it's if they're not in their divine energy right now, they will be coming into it, and I feel like they do have attraction to you, they are drawn to you, they do want to be near you, they see you as the Divine Feminine, the Empress, the embodiment of Divine Feminine, and she, nurtures and loves and takes care of him. And there's the Moon, which is the Divine Feminine as well. So it's they see you as being mysterious, receptive, intuitive, a nurturer, caring, feelings, emotions, memories, reactions, instincts, expression, and feminine. So, they definitely see you as that Divine Feminine energy, but I do feel like there's a rebirth energy that needs to be happening here. Death of the old, going into the underworld, into the shadow for regeneration, transformation, and a rebirth. So you could feel catastrophes, it could feel major disaster, it could feel really bad at times, but it has to tear apart the shit that is not working in order for something better to come into its place. And so like the shadows and the ghosts, the unseen, the unknown, you know, it will become known in the future. So be gentle and, you know, careful with yourself. And then know that light codes of awakening are breaking old paradigms. So, you know, whatever's happening right now will shift. And just kind of be like, you know, disciplined with yourself. Keep pushing yourself to go towards an achievement. With the 10th house, this is like that Capricorn status, legacy, traditions, fame, money, all of the things that most people would like to have, but they need to shed the outgrown layers of themselves. They can't be too much into their ego and pride, and they need to be fertile for the right abundance to be created. And open to the divine masculine energy and the divine feminine energy working together in harmony. So you've had the moon, now you get the sun. It's like the two of you will come together for that divinity. And then into a new cycle of, you know, healing and goodness and communication. We've got travel, relationships, day-to-day expression, intelligence, elegance, messages, logic, rationale, and memory. So try to be optimistic about things and know, you know, things are going to shift, and cut your cords, even if it's your twin. Like, people get all weird about cutting cords. You can't cut cords of love. And Archangel Michael knows what the fuck he's doing. Like, he's not going to come in and be like, and do something weird to you. Like, you got to cut the cords that are bad and release old emotional wounds that are keeping you in a karmic cycle. So you gotta cry and let go. You gotta cut the cords to the shitty shit that happened. And, you know, somebody may be running from the truth right now, but there's going to be an evolution. There's going to be something that shifts. And you need to have better boundaries. If you want to have true love, you know, cut the freaking cords, establish good boundaries. Don't let people do shitty shit to you just because of who they are. You know, release the addiction to your person, and more so be in alignment with, like, what you're passionate about. Like, I am passionate about this person. I love this person. But if they're not going to treat me good, I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to, like, you know, allow this person to treat me badly. So true love will be yours, and divine inspiration comes in an instant and was created to last beyond the infinite. So I feel like there's going to be some sort of, like, aha, inspired moment, idea, something that happens that will help you to see things clearly, and you'll be clearing out the old energies, and again, saying no, and with that being it. Like, everybody, like, all the empaths out there, all the people pleasers, they, like, you know, say no, but then they, like, explain why, or they go into, like, all these details, or they end up just doing it anyways, like, the shit that they don't want to do. So if there's something you don't want to do, don't do it. And then with a ritual, it's like, you know, practice processing old wounds and working with the rhythm of creation. So, you know, cleansing out the old energies, doing some ritual work. You don't need to be a shaman. You don't need to be a witch. You don't need to have a book of spells to do this work. Literally, the first person that came up with a ritual was just a fucking person who was like, hey, you know what, I'm going to put some shit on here, and I'm going to do this, and and they had a fucking ritual. And it told other people about it, and they're like, I'm going to do that too. You don't need, ritual could be this. I'm just going to light my Palo Santo stick and think about my intention. Doesn't have to be vast and huge, but, you know, create something for you that's going to help you to be aware and to face what you need to face with in regards to, like, cutting cords and stuff. So it's like avoiding the truth. Like, I feel like you just need to, like, you know, face things like that haven't been good, and then cleanse the energies of the things that have not been good, you know, and maybe even, like, in doing that, that will help to bring awareness to other people who have been, like, you know, doing shit that they might not necessarily be served by doing. You know what I mean? Like, some of us allow things or bad behaviors that we shouldn't because of the person who's doing it. But when we cut the cords and we clear the energy and we nurture the healthy parts of relationships, that's when we get true love. Not when we're dealing with breadcrumbs, not that when we're dealing with, like, you know, little bullshit stuff that's really not that good for us. And when you stop doing that, you become an inspiration to inspire others to do the same thing, and to do those rituals, to do that cleansing, to do the healing, to become inspired, to stop, you know, with, like, things that are not serving. Become mindful of what we want, you know, to deal with the heightened emotions and the sadness and the, oh my god, it hurts. But it doesn't mean that you know, say goodbye to this person. It just means you stop letting bad parts of the story be a part of the story. So it's like your beliefs could be keeping you stuck, like, oh, it's my divine masculine, oh, it's my divine feminine, I'm going to let them, do this and that and the other thing, or I'm not going to say anything, I'm just going to keep letting shit happen because it's them. But you got to say no sometimes, and you have to realize that you do have an extra sensitive soul, and you got to nurture that soul. But yeah, there's definitely triggers that will trigger you along the way, and it's all meant to teach you and to face that fucking truth. And it says you will meet divine love when you release the karma. So it's like you will come into your divine alignment. You've known the dark, you will know the light. You may be even afraid to love again right now, and that could be, that there's pain, self-sabotaging. It's like, if you have shit boundaries, sometimes you will start to self-sabotage and not even realize that you're sabotaging yourself from receiving love, because it's like you can't allow anybody near you because you don't have good boundaries, or you deal with people who do the breadcrumbing and the crappy behaviors, but that's because you don't teach them how to treat you, So make sure you're teaching people how to treat you, and being positive with your affirmations, and just doing the best you can with what you've got. Get organized, upkeep with yourself, and the ocean of emotional cleansing and large waves of wisdom are channeled through the light of an infinite cosmic ocean. So, call on the Sirians to assist you. Pay attention to your inspiration, fantasy, dreams, psychic skills. Definitely the ocean. Again, we get this ocean energy. I feel like you need to go to the ocean to connect with the dolphins and the whales, and call the Syrian dolphins and whales to assist you to get to that infinite cosmic ocean that exists within the ethers, from here to Sirius, the star Sirius, which is Isis, and help to get into the esoteric information, to see through your confusion, to see through the illusion, to see the deeper meaning behind things, so that you can be loyal and intuitive and understanding, and then you can blossom and bloom into your expansion and abundance and alignment for divine union. But we can't have divine union when we're not, being divine, or we're allowing other people to not be divine with us. And the phase of darkness will help to see clearly. So whatever darkness or whatever shitty shit has happened that you may not want to admit or face, when you face it and look at it and illuminate it, it'll be good. And you choose how you will live, what you get to see, divine and aligned or chaotic state of mind. So it's up to you, what you create. But sleepless dreams and seeds of thoughts, I feel like whoever you're connected to, they may be having a hard time at night. I feel like that's a recurring theme coming through here for tonight for people. Usually when I have a lot of people in a room, that happens. Same messages will come through over and over. And love scares the shit out of me, but I want it. And I've been hurt so badly before. I'm afraid of the damage you could do. I've never loved like this before. To have you and lose you would be my undoing. And you're the destination I seek, my reason to grow, and you are an incredible person inside and out, and I will love you no matter what happens. And I want to be vulnerable with you, but I'm afraid you won't believe me, and thank you for loving me more than anybody ever has. I never knew anyone could love like you, and I've been trying to get advice on what to do with our connection, but nobody understands it. And I've read and reread messages that you sent, but the words are deep in my heart. So they also pleasured themselves thinking about you and the intimate times that they have shared. And you have no idea how beautiful you are, and I'm gathering courage to reach out to you. So, yeah, this person's going to love you no matter what happens. And, yeah, they do love you. So, now you got your answer. All right. Where was I? Angie, I don't know if that was your reading or not when you asked that. It could have been. I'm really bad with brain power and keeping track. All right, Melbourne LC says, "Can you do a reading on me and Melbourne?" All right, I'm gonna do this one, and then I'm gonna do the two super chats here. And then I think that's going to be it. because it's been 2.5 hours that I've been on. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Angie, I'm pretty sure I did you. If you asked like first back there, I think I did you. If not, I don't know. If somebody knows if I did Angie, actually I might be able to tell by looking at the question. Oh, I don't know if I did you or not. It says, what is the energy between my DM female twin and I? Oh, I think I did. I think you were the first one. So when I post this, it'll be there. I don't know if I did. Did I? I don't know. I'll just check it again. If anybody knows, let me know. If I did hers. Or maybe you asked again. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, you said, are you doing mini readings? What is my DM female twin feeling and thinking of me these days? Yeah, I did that. So you have one. When I post this, you'll be like the first person. All right, so Elsie can do a check-in on Melbourne and you. All right. All right. Okay, well, we got another cord cutting energy, and we got breadcrumbs and nurture healthy relationships. So, I feel like they're basically saying like don't settle for bits and pieces, because a lot of that, like what I just said in the last reading, a lot of people do that. A lot of divine feminines especially are like, hey, it's my divine masculine, I'm gonna put up with the like worst behavior ever. And that's not good. And it's not to say that like they can't change, or that they're bad people, or that it's like the worst thing that has ever been done. It's just, it's not divine. It's not good aligned energy for union. It's like, hey, guess what? That person's not stepping up to the plate. And that's literally like what the masculine energy is about, showing up and being like there and doing those things. So if you are, and even in a feminine, like it doesn't matter. It's like when you're in a relationship with somebody, it's supposed to be give and take, and like caring and giving and receiving and loving and supporting, especially in a divine connection. So if somebody's only giving us bits and pieces, and we're settling because of who it is, because we have them on a pedestal, or because we're afraid that if I say something they might leave and not come back, or they might get mad or whatever, that just keeps putting us down and down and down. And what these connections are supposed to do is help us to elevate, or help us to become a better version of ourselves. So we might need to slow things down and go within ourselves and get tranquil, and do some cord cutting, because it doesn't matter if they're your twin flame. You're not cutting the main cord. You're not cutting the cords of love. You're cutting the cords of bullshit. If they've been deceitful, if they've lied, or if they've kept the truth from you, maybe they didn't flat out lie, but if they haven't always been on the up and up, or they haven't always been, the version of themselves that they should have been. Which is, again, just a mirror back to us of showing us like, hey, you're not being who you should be right now, because if you were, your person would be. So they always mirror to us things that we need to see about ourselves too. So if this person has been deceitful, or if this person has, given a little breadcrumb here or there and kind of not given to you what you need, we also need to be like, all right, well, what do I need to see about myself? And take my power back. What can I start affirming about myself, so that I can start having like self-expression be done creatively, so that I can get fertile and I can give birth to new ideas, new experiences, find out the intentions of others and create abundance. And then we have fears, your love, fear of being hurt. So it could all come down to that. Your person may be like held back, only giving you little bits and pieces of themselves because they're afraid to give them to themselves because they need to step out of their comfort zone. But you could be mirroring that right back to them and being like afraid to step out of your comfort zone, afraid for your transformation. So you need to do that. Somebody needs to take the leap of faith and become the one that's like, all right, I'm going to jump. So spread your wings and rise into dark, stormy skies. Trust your inner knowing and see the sunrise. So you've got to go within, trust your inner knowing. And again, realize, like, in these connections, sometimes we need to be the one that, like, is like, hey, I'm not going to put up with this behavior or this thing. I'm going to, step up a little bit for myself. I'm going to put me first and decide, like, I'm going to become aware of myself, self-awareness, my first impression, my new beginning. I'm going to be like, no, like, things need to be a little different here. Every moment has a purpose and a beauty of its own. Yet you are about to see light shine on the places you have outgrown. So you've outgrown those energies of, like, letting people kind of just skim by with bare minimum, or, do whatever, but not really serve us all the way. So the wounds that may have kind of like led to that stuff, or the parts of us from our ancestors that got passed down, or the beliefs that we've had to deal with, all the stuff that kind of adds into these experiences where sometimes we do things that we wouldn't normally do. I feel like you're going to start stepping out of your comfort zone and, breaking the beliefs that are keeping you stuck, and starting to believe things that are going to help you come out of the darkness and into the light. You've known the wrong, you've known the bad, you know this shit you don't want, so now you're going to know, the other part of it. It says you can't know the light without the darkness. So you've known the darkness, now you're going to know the light. But you've got to embody the light, and you've got to nurture that within yourself, and then nurture that with other people. And don't settle for shit, don't settle for like the little tiny bits and pieces of stuff, because you deserve the whole freaking cake. So endings are really just beginnings. So it could be the ending of a cycle where it was like, maybe I didn't always put myself first or believe that I deserved more, whatever. And that seems to be the case for a lot of star seeds too. Like, you may meet a star seed, you may have a hard time with boundaries, you may be a people pleaser, you may be somebody that does some of that shit that's just like, oh, why? Because of the empathy, because you have a deep, soul that's connected to, like, the Syrian consciousness and the dolphins and the whales and the ocean. Again, we got the ocean and the deer. Syrians are very much connected to the ocean. It's a water planet, and they're very emotional. They're like the empathy, superstars. So I feel like you have that very sensitive soul. So you may have a tendency to, like, not even notice when people may be kind of like not treating you the best. You may have a tendency to be like, it's okay. Like, I don't deserve better than that. And it's not true. You do deserve better than that. So you need to care for yourself, practice self-care, know that you're going to come into a season of expansion when you start doing the organization and the upkeep and the healing of yourself. And when you do that stuff, and you get disciplined about it, and you're, like, ambitious, and you're like, I'm going to take care of me, I'm going to be strong, and, like, have healthy boundaries and all of those things, I'm going to show people how to treat me, teach people how to treat me by, shedding the outgrown layers, you will be married by a divine masculine in a divine energy, because they're going to start going through their evolution. They're going to start rising up to meet you there. It's like people get all scared that they're going to, like, lose this person, or that this person's, like, like, it's like, oh, I can't do that. It's not, no. But it's like, no, if you do that, the good things happen. It's like they are going to be inspired by your evolution. They're going to follow your call. They're going to go within and seek out the answers that they need to get when you do the same thing for you. And, like, we got to release those addictions that we have to, like, the energies or the experiences that we're playing out that are not, beneficial to the connections. Face the triggers, face the memories, and go into this energy of, like, magical moonbeams heal your soul. The dust shows divine eyes where to go. So just know that's, like, you will know what to do. You will know where to go. You've got to go within to get the answers, though, and you got to trust yourself. And don't let your fear dictate what happens. Everything has an origin story, and every story has pieces that lead back to tomorrow. No matter how far you go, there you will be. So no matter where you are, no matter where you go, no matter what you do, there you are. You have to deal with you. So if you gotta deal with you, always take care of you. Light codes of awakening are breaking the old paradigm. So you need to allow that to happen and see that every moment has a purpose and a beauty of its own, and you are going to shine the light on the places that you've outgrown. And you've had a lasting impression on this person, and I feel like you're going to become more aware of like just how impactful you are to this person and to other people. And as you kind of figure that out and embody that and allow that to be like, oh yeah, like I do make a difference, and like how I show up dictates how people treat me. So when I'm disciplined and ambitious and I'm like, you can't be that way to me, and I do things like, says, like a moth to a flame, a toxic love game. Self-love is the weapon, walk away is the game. When I walk away from shit, when I move on and don't look back, when I show people that I have respect for myself, and that I'm not going to let, that shit happen to me, and I'm like connected and I'm praying and I'm supported by the universe, like people see it, people either rise up to meet me there or they don't come with me at all. And if they don't come with me at all, then they were never meant to be there at all. And so I will evolve and have the right true friends and the right, soul family come together. So I can't fall back into old habits and bad behaviors. I gotta let go of the old and withered, and I gotta manifest, and realize how powerful my manifesting power is, because it's like you can have good or bad. It's a matter of what you focus on, and it's a matter of am I healing my wounds, or am I allowing the wounds to dictate where I go? Have I been abused? And maybe I wasn't even abused in this lifetime. It could have been another lifetime. It doesn't matter where it happened. But if something is karmic and toxic, we don't stay in it. We got to let it go. And people have that choice to rise with us or stay behind. And if they stay behind, then they were never divine to begin with. So clarity will shine upon you again. Open your eyes and smile with new friends. And then relationships, friends, community, renewal, the unseen transformation, revolution, change, progress, space, science fiction, radio, frequency, and occult. So I feel like you're going to be like coming together with new people, like friends. Like you're going to be meeting your tribe. New people to be inspired by you and you to be inspired by them. And with the Venus energy, this is about love and beauty and, luxury and just enjoying the pleasures of life, experience, harmony, all of those things. So I feel like you are going to be experiencing all of that and enjoying all of that. You'll be creating an alternate reality from what you've been living within. So it's like you're going to have your sweet dessert. You're going to have a conscious crystal channel with a twist of sweet energy to handle. So it's like, yeah, shit's been kind of probably weird and crazy, but things are going to get better, and it's going to be like, yay, I'm going to have my transformation. I'm going to see the sunrise. I'm going to trust my inner knowing. I'm going to rise through the darkness and embrace my divine feminine essence of the moon, which, that's the feminine, the mystery, the reception, the intuition, the nurture, the feelings and all of that being expressed, and then, embody that divine feminine. And they say, I will be calling you soon. Leave your phone on. So this person probably is going to reach out, and they say, sometimes I feel like it's not possible for you to care as much as you say you do, like it's not real, and one day the truth will be revealed, and I'm just staying prepared. So this person may be like themselves abused. This person may themselves have some shit that, they've been through that makes them the way that they are. But when you get clear with your intention and you ask what theirs is, that's when we start getting into our place of power. And then when you can start like cuffing up for cuffing season and having those inspired ideas about what needs to happen to make this place, livable and good within each other's lives. So following your spiritual aspects, and then having sweet treats of ecstasy, a divine delicacy. So it's like the dessert that you deserve can be your divine masculine, but you've got to be fertile and creative, and listen to your inner feminine essence, and listen to like the parts of yourself that's ready to have the rebirth, and let go of the stuff that needs to have the death, the crappy crap got to go away, so you can embrace that feminine essence. And when you do, he will show up as the sun. The sun and the moon belong together. And they are celestial created, so you are star seeds. And I talk to you in my mind all the time. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? Do you answer me? I swear you do. so they can, feel that deep connection to you telepathically, and they are communicating to you, and they're working their ass off to become the man of your dreams. They say, I still have no idea what to say. So they don't know what to say to you right now, so they may be silent, but they do, think about you, want to communicate with you. Your scent is addictive, and I swear I can smell you when you're not here. And I've never wanted to hurt you. I'm sorry. And I'm constantly seeing signs connected to you. I do check up on you to see what you're doing. And I want you to be the mother of my children. And I dream about you almost every night. And I hate to wake up and find that you are not here. So they miss you. And the fact that you even give them the time of day blows their mind. So, maybe they have done some stupid stuff. Or maybe they have some, really deep insecurities that are rippling through this connection that need to be faced. Yeah. I feel like you deserve way more. I'm like, yeah, maybe that's what the problem is. So you could have insecurities that are being rippled back and forth between each other. It's like, I'm looking at you from afar to see what you're doing. You are perfect. You could have anybody, and I just keep messing up. I'm stupid. Like, it's like that's, some people think those ways or they feel those ways about themselves. But in order to heal that, you've got to be able to heal it within yourself, like your own insecurities. But then show up for them in a way that nurtures them and lets them see that that's not the truth, that you do love them, that you do respect them, that you do feel all of these ways that you feel about them. It's going to be verbalized, and they say, I will always love you no matter what happens, and I will open up more and more, I promise. So I do think that this person's going to come back and express something. They say, I don't want to hold all this inside of me. And I will always forgive the mistakes that you make, and I feel the love you send to me. Thank you for always forgiving me when my ego acts up. I do love you so much. So, yeah. It's nice. Alright, let's see here. Alright, I've got, Heather, and then, Elsie? Oh, did I just do Elsie? Yeah, I did Elsie. So I did Elsie, I did Heather. I'll do one more after Heather, and then, that's it. Alright, so Heather would like to know, how did he feel seeing me on Thursday, and what now? Thankfully, I haven't been overthinking, lol. If anything, I feel empty-headed, different, and relieved and at peace. So I was like, the first video I tried to send to you, I don't even know what happened. I don't know what happened with that one, why I didn't send it, or why it ended, or I was going to show you the book thing that I have and the 14s and all of that, but then I don't know, it just didn't happen. But in that first one, I was like, just don't fucking think. It's like, stop thinking. Don't think. Don't breathe. Just don't use your brain. Don't think. Please, don't think. And it was basically all I could really say. That's probably why I didn't send it either. I was like, I should probably not say all that. Don't think. Don't think. Don't think. It's fucking 20 minutes of don't think. Alright, let me get a different deck off. This is him talking. We don't want him to talk right now. We want to see what he felt. And I did pull cards from a different... Let me grab the deck. I think this is the deck. I have a couple decks over there that are similar. Yeah, this is the deck. Alright, this is Celtic or something. But I want to see what comes through. So you got the Magician, and when I stopped shuffling to go over there, we got the Two of Cups. So, things that He, he could be going through an array of emotion. I feel like he could be changing things as he experiences them. You know what I mean? Because the magician is about transmutation. It's like, whatever I have, I'm going to transmute it into better. Take the base metal, turn it into gold, and I just got the star. So I don't think it was anything bad that he was feeling. We get the Queen of Wands, so he could be feeling a little risque, freaky. But he may, again, have a tendency to do what you do, which would not fucking surprise me, because that's what these people do, is they mirror each other. Like, oh, my fucking insecurity is gonna be your insecurity. Your insecurity is gonna be my fucking insecurity. So, stop doing it to each other. I get the Tower, too, so he could be, having a little bit of like a, oh my god, I can't believe that happened moment. And kind of like not sure what to do on his end either. He could be like, she mad at me? Like, what, did she want me to talk to her more? I can't fucking make up my mind. Like, I feel like he's probably, kind of doing like what you were doing, like thinking about it and not really knowing what to make of it. Because it's not like you walked in there like, I'm here to see you. Like, he doesn't know, like, maybe she doesn't know that I was here, blah, 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 Everybody goes to insecure doubt. Everybody, when it comes to themselves, nobody, like, most people aren't like, I know that person just came in here to see me because I'm awesome. They are in love with me. Like, that's not what happens. It doesn't matter what the truth is, if that's the truth or not. Like, they just don't fucking think that, because people are insecure. So you get the Wheel. So I feel like it is, it was all destined to go as it went, even though it wasn't really much of like, oh, but it happened, and it's like, now you've got the little bit of like, oh, okay, it wasn't horrible, nothing bad happened. Now that phase of silence or no communication or no connection is over, and with the Ace of Swords, it opens a doorway to communication, a new way of thinking. And the Four of Wands. You got the Four of Wands from this deck like 5 fucking times this morning. I will see if I still have the reading in there, because I'll send you the reading part. But basically, you kept getting the Four of Wands. And I was like, yeah, you're fine. It's going to be a union. There's going to be a union. There's going to be a union. But you gotta stay out of the fucking Seven of Cups land and out of the Seven of Swords land. And with the Tower and the Page of Wands, something's going to happen. You're going to be inspired by an idea. There's going to be like a moment. And there's the Sun, which is about clarity, illumination, in regards to the Emperor, okay? Something is going to happen. So stop thinking, like, don't sit around fucking thinking. This is what I said this morning. I was like, oh, don't think. And here's the Four of Wands again. Like, something is going to happen that's going to inspire you. But it's just going to be like an inspirational moment. It's not going to be because you sat around thinking for freaking days. Like, just let it go, and it will come, okay? It's like when you're grounded and you're not really super focused on it, something's going to happen. Either he's going to say something that's going to be like, boom, lightning, or you're just going to have some, like, enlightened idea that's going to be like, oh, that's what I do. But it could be possible that he comes to you because you got the King of Swords, who's the communicator, and the Ace of Pentacles, which is a new beginning. But there's the Hermit again. So the Hermit came out earlier today as well. So I don't know. He may have that tendency to go into Hermit mode and kind of be like the Four of Swords, kind of quiet, silent. But it's not because he doesn't care. It's not because he doesn't like you. It's not because of anything other than that's who he is. So, it may just be destined that you've got to wait for your like inspirational moment to hit you, and then your star wishes come true. Things can happen, but just give it some time. Stay balanced, stay grounded. 1 foot on solid ground, 1 foot in the water. Do not allow your brain to go to weird places. And that's the best thing you can do, is just stay grounded, stable, loyal. And look, this one came out too, 9 of fucking Cups. You're going to be happy with a baby in the belly. That's what came out earlier. That's what's happening now. This is going to happen. But you've got to, like, just stay cool, calm, collected, okay? Try to be normal. I know it's hard, but we all have to do that sometimes. And then look at the baby again, Seven of Pentacles, which is like, you know, planting the seeds. Right now you're planting the seeds of potential. So just be in a good, nurturing, like, place of, I know everything's gonna be good, everything will be fine. And working on how we're gonna build him up into realizing who he is, the power that he has. Like, he doesn't have to feel like weird or inadequate or depressed or sad or all of the things that he's got going on. So basically he needs to heal with the Four Swords. So like him being put on ice is not a bad thing, you know. It's like, let him be this dude that needs to heal. Let him heal, let him be in his process. You figure out how you're going to love him in that process, you know, and let the universe inspire you and guide you with that. You know, while you're your Nine of Pentacles, single, sexy, confident, independent version of yourself. Like, don't let it derail you away from that. And just know that, like, things will come together when they're meant to. And you will be the Empress beside your Emperor in your temperance, in your balance between all of these things. But yeah, with the Chariot, things will get committed and stable and moving quickly when it happens. And he is the King of Cups. Like, he does love you. He does care. He does have emotion for you. And there is that higher level commitment between the two of you. But he's just not somebody that's like, yeah, he's this guy. Hold on, where'd he go? I saw him last second. He's this guy. La, 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 la. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Look at his face. Fucking blinded. Can't see straight. And then we got you, who goes to Illusion Land. Seven of Cups. Like, oh, what about this? And what about that? What if he comes, like, screaming down the aisle? Kind of kill me for going to the store. You know? Like, you guys are just a little alike with your shit. So try to be the Empress, okay? Nurtured for yourself, being like the Empress energy, like planting the seeds of potential for the baby, planting the seeds of potential for the alignment of this person, seeing their fucking way out of the, like, and into where they need to go with their Chariot, so that you guys can have, you know, the clearing of the karma, the clearing of the crap, and the healing of the stuff that needs to heal. So I think it's going to be good. And I think you just need to wait a few days, and then you're going to either get that inspired, like, oh my God, I know exactly what to do. Wait until you get that moment of, I know exactly what I got to do, because you will get it. There'll be like a moment. And who knows, it could be that moment is him showing up to say something to you, because, you know, he might want that fucking 10 of Cups. And now that, you know, you're present in the fucking community nearby, that can happen. 6 of Cups can happen with the people coming together, reconciling, you know. He just needs to feel valuable. Like, he needs to be able to build himself up. But I do think he sees you as, like, a soulmate. Like, he has that soul connection to you. And, yeah. So try not to go to this place, because if you do, you're going to miss opportunities, or you're going to miss out on ideas and inspiration from spirit, or you might not take action when the inspiration hits. So try not to do that either. Like, if you get an inspired idea, do something with the inspired idea that comes from your intuition, not from your fear, not from your doubt, not from the crazy land, but from your place of happiness. Like, you know, feel fulfilled from within, feel good from within, feel stable from within, and just know that, like, I'm leading him out of this darkness. I'm leading him out of this fucking place that he can't see shit, and into better days ahead. He's gonna know what to do, because I'm gonna fucking guide him with my light and my illumination and, the, you know, the feminine essence. I'm gonna, you know, bring him in intuitively, like the star. I don't know why I never use this deck. It's because I have so many fucking decks. Alright, so let me see if I got that. Yeah, so just wait. I see how he felt. Page of Pentacles. I feel like he has an offer to give to you, but he may be holding back. Because I got the 5 of Cups. But then I got the 10 of Cups. Yeah, I feel like he wants to give you... Look at it. There's the King of Cups in the fucking tree. Like, there's something he wants to present to you. But he's, like, nervous. He doesn't know. He's like, I don't know if I should or not. What if it goes bad? So he needs to empower himself as the Emperor or as the King of Pentacles to feel like good. You know, he's got to get that strength. And once he's got that strength and that illuminated energy, he'll get like creative about how he's going to boom into your life for the reconciliation. So be the High Priestess. You know, trust your intuition. Trust the feminine energy that you have within you to guide you correctly with your intuition and to see and to know and to, you know, communicate clearly. And with the Two of Pentacles, try not to juggle your value and worth. And allow joy to guide you too. I feel like joy is important. It's like you guys need to like bring joy back into your lives. There's something going on for you with like healing from childhood, I believe, like inner child stuff. And the dolphin energy needs to be there to do that. So you can call in the dolphins, you can call in the Syrians, but I feel like it's somewhat connected to the grandfather stuff. And he might have something on his side that mirrors that, or something inside of him that mirrors that. Like, that's the devil. Grandpa's the devil. And that may be the key that breaks this hermit spell with him. I don't know. I would do some reflection on that, some meditation on that, and see what the heck that's about. Like, why is that coming up? Because it's definitely coming up. Like, it's one of those things that's like, I get these weird experiences, and I don't know why. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me, but later on, it's like, oh, that's why. So, look into it, figure it out. Six of Wands and Six of Pentacles. I feel like there will be a balance, like an equal give and take to make things right between the two of you at some point. So, just kind of have to get through these times that you're in and plant the right positive seeds. Thank you, Heather, for the donation. 1:11 a.m. That was at 2:11 a.m. here. Alright, I've been on for 3 hours. I'm going to do one more person, and then I'm going to go, and I see Sabrina says, can I have a reading, please? So I'm going to do her. Just see what comes through. You've got the Three of Swords with the Ace of Swords. So the Three of Swords is heartache, heartbreak, pain in the heart, ouchie ouch. And then you've got the Ten of Cups. So I feel like there's somebody that you may have wanted to have a happily ever after with, or they may have thought that they were going to have that with you, but things didn't work out that way. So the Ten of Cups kind of got like knocked down and things didn't go so well. But there could be some new communication coming, or a new beginning of a way of thinking, a new way of seeing, or there could be a new person that's going to be bringing in love to help you to get through this healing time, or it could be the person that, you know, caused the pain coming in to help you to heal, to bring temperance and balance, to basically reconcile, and, you know, get rid of like whatever issue there was. So I would try to be like the best version of yourself that you can be, single, sexy, confident, independent you. Make decisions that are based like for your best self, and, you know, surround yourself with people who want to celebrate you. Try to be happy on your own. You know, it's like with a guy, like we can sometimes we can just be like, oh my god, I can't be happy unless I have them, and that's not good, because then you place all of this like stress and like, hey, I need you to be happy. It's like, who wants to be responsible for someone else's happiness all the time? So we need to fulfill ourselves in our own lives, and yes, they can make us happy, and we can want them and need them like on different levels, but we don't want to like need them to the level of like them like wanting to run away from that. But I do feel like this person has the King of Cups, the King of Pentacles energy. Like there's love, there's value, stability that there maybe somebody wants to bring to you. Could be a reconciliation with the Six of Cups here. But they could be kind of hanging back and not doing anything at this time. The Hangman energy and with the Ten of Swords energy, I feel like, again, there was a bad ending. There was something that didn't go so well, and that may be why, you know, nothing's happening at this time, because it's like people have to heal from what went down. And then justice can be served later on, so, you know, whatever went down, things will change and shift. But in the meantime, you might need to trust your gut, listen to your intuition, you know, do what you need to do to grow and to like do the work that is needed for yourself. Be like the Fool, you know, take that leap of faith in your own life and go through your own death process, your transformation, rising through the ashes like the Phoenix does. Be the Magician, you know, collect all the tools that are required to transform, plant the seeds of potential that are going to grow into what you want to grow, and, you know that you might have to make choices, or the person that you're connected to might need to make choices, but inevitably, I feel like the right choices will be made for your destiny. And so that you could be the Empress, and this person may be like, you know, kind of blind right now, or not seeing things clearly, or held back, or guarded. And I think if that's the case, it's just out of fear. So they may have been through something that you didn't even do. Like they may be a hermit right now. They may be locked away right now, due to a karmic situation that messed with them. Or they may be a certain way right now because of those situations of the past. So they have self-sabotage, they get caught up in illusion, they might have a tendency to like not, you know, always do the best things when it comes to situations of the heart, and that could end up causing you to end up in the Queen of Swords energy, which is like, it's what happens, it's like, oh, I got hurt. So my happiness, my fulfillment, my like creative, like I want to give birth and I want to have like all these lovely things, like that goes away because somebody fucking hurt me. So what's that do? That ripples over to you and it gets you hurt and then you hurt and you hurt. And we're going to keep, you know, tower. Everybody gets all fucked up and everybody gets all messed up and everybody gets all broken hearted until someone finds the strength to not do that anymore. And then somebody finds the strength to be like, you know what, I deserve a 10 of Pentacles. I see my value and my worth, and I know, like, I am an Empress, or I am somebody that has a destiny that I should be able to align to. And I'm going to get creative with the things that I receive and the things that I give. And I'm going to have the Two of Cups situation with the right person at the right moment. So my King of Pentacles is going to show up to be beside that Queen of Pentacle for an Ace of Pentacle, which is a valuable new beginning. But, you know, it's like it may not happen instantly. The Pentacles are slow energy, but I think right now is the time to be planting the seeds for those things to be coming to fruition so that this cycle that you've been in can come to an end, and then people can make the right decisions that need to be made. And with the King of Cups, again, I feel like there is somebody that has a lot of love to give to you, and that there could be a union with that person. But you might need to like follow some sort of call from spirit, or they may need to follow the call from spirit in order to embody the Emperor energy who belongs beside the Empress. But in the meantime, just stay in your own energy of being grounded, stable, committed to like knowing I'm valuable and what I deserve, I can have. I want a 10 of Pentacles in my life. I want somebody that's willing to deliver that to me, and I'm not going to settle for anything less than that. If somebody wants to reconcile with me, they need to, you know, do so with value. They need to deliver that valuable offer to me, and if that's what's destined to be done, then it will be done. I don't have to worry about it too much. I just know that it will come when it's meant to come. So I feel like there is something that is definitely destined for you, but it might, you know, take a little bit of time. Let me see if there's anything else here. Yeah, you get the Two of Cups. So with the Two of Cups, says you're a perfect partner. You know, the person that you're meant to be with. And then the Knight of, was it the Cups or the Wands? The Knight of Wands. So they might have come and gone already, or they may come and go again. But it doesn't mean that like they don't care. Because we again have the Syrian dolphin energies. It says cetacean emotional cleansing and large waves of wisdom channeled through the light of an infinite cosmic ocean. And then we got partnership, relationship, and contract. So you definitely have a contract with somebody, that there's a relationship that's a deep emotional bond with this person. And it says new levels of awareness are available to assist your evolution. Do not shy away from a soul's revolution. So this experience with this person is helping you to evolve and to awaken and to, grow into a better version of each other. And it says from far away another time and place where you live among a peaceful race. So you are star seeds, and you are here at this time. You're going through a phase of darkness, but it's going to help you to end up seeing clearly. And you're going to find inspiration, fantasy, dreams, psychic skills, maybe some illusions and confusions, but your spirituality, your faith, your deep emotions, and your intuition will help you to navigate through that ocean. It's going to help you navigate through the darkness, through the unknown, and there is somebody that has like this lasting imprint on you, and you this lasting imprint on them. There's a deep bond that is shared there. And there's a lot of passion there, there's a lot of desire, a lot of, natural instincts and like freaky, want to get you, into the bed energy. But try to look at things from a grand scale. Don't look at, don't try to be like super analyzing on one little tiny detail. Look at the big details, be compassionate for yourself. And know that like there's some things that are hidden in plain sight. There's layers and levels to all of this stuff that you need to look at. Like if there's, symbols and things that we gotta like find our way through. And sleepless dreams and seas of thought. So it's like I feel like whoever you're connected to is not sleeping at this time, and when they do sleep they may be dreaming about you. It says ending surrender dreams and poetry. So I feel like there's like this deep love, this deep desire, this missing energy there, this passion there, but right now the two of you may be manifesting some chaos because you've got that power to manifest very quickly. And it says how you choose to live will be what you get to see, a divine and aligned or chaotic state of mind. So whatever you're rippling out is what you're receiving. So keep that in mind. And it's all been written in the scars of your heart, perfect times to start, and coming near or apart. So you guys will come together again. It's all been written there. You just have to allow it to be. And know that there are cycles of creation and destruction leading to destined divinity. So there is going to be like a divine union. You are that celestial created. I feel like there's definitely a lot of Lyran and Syrian energies among the two of you. Your masculine may be the Leo lion. You may be the Syrian energy, Isis energy, the divine feminine energy. And it says clarity will shine upon you again. Open your eyes and smile with new friends. So, don't sit around being miserable. Go out and get a community. Some communication like through media and stuff, like build some places where you can feel good, and not just be sitting around sad or upset or whatever. It's like explore your internal planes. Consciousness creates all of your dreams, but find other people that you can do that with too, and go out and enjoy yourself. Listen to the inspiration that comes and the skills that you need to acquire at this time. Go make communication with other people, like the day-to-day people, the day-to-day expressions of friends, messages, traveling around and meeting new places and having experiences that are going to be supportive to you, so that you're not just like, oh, I'm so sad and I'm just like sitting around here being miserable. Live your life and be happy. Clear the emotional block with your good energies. It says elixirs and crystals, so you might want to use like essential oils or some certain crystals and frequencies to help you with the manifesting or keeping your frequency of a certain vibration, so that you can shed the outgrown layers and that you don't think things or say things or vibrate things that are like, oh shit, I'm creating more stuff that I don't want. Keep seeing things from a grander scale. Know how intricate all of this is and how powerful you are as a starseed. And just try to take it one day at a time. But like a moth to a flame, a toxic love game. Self-love is the weapon, walk away is the play. So like if anything, like if you're not getting what you deserve, if this person doesn't treat you the way that you deserve to be treated, if you're not having a balance between the creator and the receptor, like if you're just giving and they're only taking, you need to do that thing where you walk away and be like, I'm okay to walk away. Like show people how to treat you. And then light codes of awakening, breaking old paradigms. So if the old paradigm was more so like, oh, it's okay, you can treat me poorly. Oh, it's okay, I don't mind. Then that needs to end, So we teach people how to treat us by the way that we show up in these relationships. Whether it's a divine counterpart or anybody in our lives, we need to be mindful of what we're allowing to happen, and how much of ourselves we give, how much we receive, the type of behaviors that we're settling within. Just because of who they are, it doesn't mean that they should be able to get away with shit. They may have an apology to give to you. Right now, plant your seeds. Plant the seeds of potential for your death transformation to happen so your wishes can come true. And a new way of thinking, a new way of speaking, a new way of being so that you don't get defeated. Healthy boundaries up so you can avoid your towers and avoid being left out in the cold, sad, and miserable. And you can have a victory, Yeah, plant those seeds. Destined to plant seeds of abundance and like what you want. What is it that you're trying to create? This is like the yes union energy. Are you trying to create union? 10 of Cups, that experience. 9 of Cups, happily ever after. Then see it, be it, become it, feel it. What does it look like, taste like, smell like, feel like? All of that stuff. Be the magnetic, sexy, energetic match to it so that your union can manifest, and this person will get creative in the way that they come to present you their vulnerable, authentic offer with love and the respect for you, because they see you as sexy and independent, confident, not somebody that's just sitting around like, oh, I'm so sad that they didn't card. It's like, no, I'm gonna go fucking live my best life. If you don't want to call me, you're missing out, dipshit. Let them know that you aren't gonna just be like sitting there doing whatever. Light a fire under their butt to treat you better, and get that new beginning where you can reconcile, and have the fears be faced, and the towers cleared up, and the decisions that are made to lead to a valuable new start as the Empress. All right, that's it. One is the loneliest number. Where's my bucky thingy? I had a paper that helped me. It's gone. It's my bookie book. What the heck? What did I do with it? Ow. I don't see it. I had a bookie book thingy that was like my cheat sheet. Could be far, like I don't go very far with it. It's like over here. What the heck? Where is it? I can't see shit. That's not it. What the heck? It's not under here. Serious, where's the book? Where's my book, Serious? I don't know what I did with it. I hate that because it was like right here. And now he's gone. Is that it? Oh my god, how the fuck is it in here? It's like, I've been doing weird shit like that since my brain broke. I'm like, let me put this way far where it won't ever be found. That's helpful. So we got number 1. Dog food. With the North Node, destiny growing towards future potential connections. With Aquarius, which is consciousness, humanitarian, air energy. In the first house, which is our personal identity. So, people, when it comes to your personal way of showing up, you have a destiny. And you're growing towards a potential with a future connection of, you know, like a conscious awareness, like service to others, service to humanity. Sounds like divine union, basically. It's like their fancy fucking way of saying divine union. And then you get the North Node again. So again, we have destiny growing towards future potential circumstances with nurturing emotional other people, sexuality, occult, death, and inheritance. So whatever you've inherited, you know, having other people's resources, sexuality, death, rebirth, the occult, all of that magical shit. You are going to be connecting and nurturing that emotional level for your destiny, your, you know, future potential. It came out again, the North Node, oh my god. What the fuck? Destiny growing towards future potential. Connections for spontaneous activity. Somebody wants to get assertive in the 12th house, which is inner, meditative, entrapped, spiritual hospitals. Alright, so basically each one of these had like a spiritual element. Each one of these was like either emotional or, you know, like passion driven, sexual, and like conscious awareness, humanitarian. Yeah. So it sounds like somebody may have a spontaneous union. Somebody may just have like their destiny come together for the future connection that they have that, you know, has that potential to be something of service to the world, which is nice. I was like, oh my god. This is, what the fuck is that? Saturn. Responsibility, lessons, restriction, time, gravity. Sagittarius is expansive, intensity, sexual. 11 is ideals, groups, friends, and dreams. So people could be having some idealistic dreams, freedom that they like to express. Is that the right thing? It's weird. It's like you got responsibility and freedom at the same time. So people could be trying to break out of their restrictions. People are like, let me out of my restriction. I need new groups, new friends. Oh yeah, that's what's happening right now. I thought it was weird. I saw an article about the new moon. Because I'm not like wicked astrology. I don't know all that stuff. But it was like right now you may be like feeling like a pull to pivot your career or change things up or be like, you know, more aligned with your like your integrity and things like that. And just like everything that I've been fucking feeling and doing was basically in that article, and I was like, oh, alright. So made sense. But other people could be experiencing that too. Like you maybe just like feeling like it's time to make a change, it's time to do something new, time to stop whatever you've been doing. So Just listen. And now we got the moon here. So the instincts, the unconscious, nurturing part of you, your mother energies, with Libra's balance, relating, and beauty. I think that is the one that it's actually in right now. The moon is like a Libra. Is it Libra? No, it was Virgo. And something to do with Taurus too. But basically, that energy that just came through is for the 5th house. The 5th house is your self-expression, your romance, your play, your art, your children. So, balance will be happening with the way that you relate to things, and it will be, connected with beauty, with your children and your romance and all of that. So listen to your intuition, go into your unconscious, trust your instincts when it comes to balancing and, connecting within your relationships to other people. Oh, love, romance, beauty, female energy with the expansive, visionary, optimistic in solid, stable, value, self-worth, finance. Is that what it was? I think. I don't know. Whatever. Those are my dice. Astro dice. Oh, and I'll get you guys some of the, what do you call them? Ah! I've got letters. And a 9. What the fuck? That was like a big ass. I'm like, that's a big one. I have a number 9. Let me flip these over. Jesus, Molly. It's like, I don't know what the hell they're saying here. That's what you got. Ah! Can you see the blur, blur, blur? Hold on. Let me get this. Let me make sure you can see. There you go. Green. Green, lay. I don't know. Pet. You can have pet. Sometimes I see things in these, but I don't know. Let's see. I in my mind I hear Pueblo. I don't know why. Pueblo. If you got a Pueblo. I don't know. Sometimes it helps to mix them up to see other things. And then for 8, 11, 5, 9. 4. I don't know how this one works because it's like, oh, I guess 4, 4, 4. Yeah, 4. 4, 4, 4. And 50. And I think that's it for my dice. I know I had one that was like random dice are hanging out somewhere. Rah! You gotta rah. Alright, those are your letters and shit. And your numbers. And your dices. And all of that stuff. What are you doing? Okay. So, I think that's it, guys. I'm gonna check on you down here. Trust your soul. Wait, oh, that was a while ago. I see lay and bay. Nice. 8. Yep. There was a lot. So, my cat is laying next to me. My pet is as well. 3+ hours. Take rest so your feet don't hurt. Yeah. They're numb at this point. Yeah, they're not any better than they were. They're not worse, though. That's a good thing. But they're definitely not normal. So, thank you guys for hanging out with me. And, I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. What is the focus is on today? Oh, earlier I did a bunch of stuff on abundance, Marina, and, I talked about, like, ways to manifest and all of that. So when I post this, you'll be able to watch it back and see. The whole beginning part is basically, you know, that type of stuff. And then I just did a couple of, like, little readings for people who were asking. I remember it from my childhood. I don't play that shit. I'm a life path number 9. She got that song stuck in my head. Okay, listen. My numerology life path is 1. Oh, now that's gonna be in my head. Thank you, Miss Bridget, for that reading and for all that you do. Much love and light. Thank you. I don't know what happened. Hope all is well with you. Alright, I think we are good. Yeah, there's 44 likes, so that's cool. Thank you guys. I'm probably going to do a live on the Divine Essentials soon for those of you talking about the Starseeds stuff. Because I haven't done one over there for the people who are taking Alcyon Light Healing. So I wanted to do one of those soon. So if you have somebody that wants to know about your starseed energies, I will be doing one over there soon. And then, oh, okay, thank you, my dear much. I really wanted to catch one of your lives. I'm going to be doing one on the 9th for the Divine Darlings at 9 p.m. It's $1.99 to join the membership. So it's like, and then I'm going to be ending the membership at the end of the month. So if anybody wants to join the 9th at the 9 p.m., it's literally $1.99 to be there. And that's going to be like one of the last ones. And then there's going to be one on the 19th that I'm going to decide what time that is. And then from there on, I will be doing lives through membership, through my website, but also just on the channel in general, like without the membership at all. So, there'll be stuff coming, lots of new stuff coming, and all of that. But I'm going to go now because it's like 3.5 hours. Actually, it's almost 3 hours and 33 minutes with 44 likes. And, yeah, I think that's a good time to go. Thank you guys. Have a good night.